What's up, Patreon people? Thank you for bearing with us with the weird schedule changes. There was some calendar misinformation.
Kerfuffle.
Kerfluffles. I like that. I like that a lot. Anyways, you ready for this, Barrett?
Rolling.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the Kind of Funny Gamescast. I am Tim Gettys, joined by the best hair in the business, Fran Mirabella III.
Woo! Rotated my seat. I get the
I
first
love it.
intro.
Yeah, it's good. It's nice. The former Imran Khan.
I'm in the same seat as always.
I feel like you haven't been here for a while. We haven't really seen each
Gamescast.
other.
Yeah,
in a
last
while.
week I wasn't here.
There's like I'm talking to myself right now.
Oh, you heard that echo from the... I thought Barrett was like
That was
watching
weird.
Netflix.
Oh,
in the
yeah, I was very confused. I was like, was there a
That was
conversation
weird.
going
That
down
was
the back?
me.
All right.
Anyway, I feel like I haven't done a show with you in a while.
Yeah, I was not here last week for the Xbox one.
Yeah. It was a good show. Good show. Ryan McCaffrey.
Yeah.
Rain of
Dude,
Ages.
that
That's good
was
stuff right there.
I felt like I couldn't really say anything because it's like Ryan McCaffrey, you're Ryan McCaffrey, and then
Xbox icon.
yeah, like the Xbox man. That's not
The Xbox man is what they call
the
it.
That's what
Xbox
they call
man.
him.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what
And
they-
then you have
X
like
gave
Ray
it to him.
Narvaez, who's like also like, oh, you're like the achievement hunter. I'm
Yeah.
just sitting
The
here
Xbox
like,
Robin.
yeah.
Mhm.
And I'm like, here, I have an Xbox One.
Who are you? You are Blessing Adeoye
Yes,
Jr.
yes, I am. What's up, guys?
The new face of video games.
the
That's what I call
new
you.
face.
Yeah. How are you all doing?
Chill.
Good, man.
I'm
Yeah.
ready to yell about some video games.
I love how nervous Fran is. Fran is like literally just like
We're going over
flipping
so many Nintendo
balls.
games.
Oh yeah, man, we are, because today we are doing the most iconic console Nintendo games. This is the Kind of Funny Gamescast each and every week right here on youtube.com/kindoffunnygames. We get together, talk about video games, all the things that we love about them. You can watch the show live by going to patreon.com/kindoffunnygames, just like so many of our Patreon producers did. James Davis, David Mintel, Mohammed, the nanobiologist, Frank Furter, Talia Floyd, Jesus Barrio, Jesus Barrio, Eamon Martin, William A. Nance, Billy Laporta, Michael Bradley, Robin Weiland, Tom Bach, Jordan Luke, Julian Grudador, Max A. Blair, Cody Banks.
Whoa,
Agent
the
Katie
agent?
Banks.
Whoa.
Trent Berry, Jacob Plick III. Ooh, another third there, friend. Thomas J. Meehan,
three.
Sancho West, Sean I, Evan May, Steven Insler, Elliot Kosh, David Norridge, Ben Wath, Adam Bankhurst, Evan Ballard, Keith Lewis, James Hastings, Quaid Burnett, Casey Kern, Luke Pattinson, Travis Rowe, and Joseph O. Yusuf.
You'll love to see it.
Yeah, what a
You'll
long
love
list
to
of
see it.
awesome
Thank you
people.
guys for your support in January, making all the cool stuff happen, making the new Kind of Funny studio dream come true.
I actually don't know if the Jesus thing is accurate.
hey,
it was
well-
a conversation we had on PS I Love You about
never
like
know.
we were like nobody ever names their kid Jesus, just like straight up, because I feel like that's a lot of pressure to put on a kid. But then we
Yeah.
got some responses about like, oh well, if you trace back, like there's Yeshua and that leads to Joshua, and that's why kids that are named Joshua are basically named Jesus, which
true.
I don't buy
It's
it.
like
I just don't
I
buy
don't
it.
buy
like
it.
if you
I
name-
don't believe you.
If you
Yeah.
name your kid Jeeves or Shigeru, one of the two.
Yeah.
It's a lot of pressure.
Jeeves?
Yeah, Jeeves.
Like
it
Ask
kind of limits
Jeeves?
your career, path.
Ask
Yeah.
Jeeves, really,
Right?
ask
I mean, what are
That
you
is the
gonna do with
most
Jeeves?
dated reference. I
You
love
know
it
what
now.
I'm saying?
Please Google this thing for me because I'm too lazy. to
Never
do so.
heard the name Jeeves, Tim. I mean, come on. I should have said Alfred, I guess. Like,
Yeah.
if you're
Oh,
Alfred.
you're talking about like Butler.
Yeah.
I thought you were
Butler.
making an
Not
AskJeeves.com
no.
reference.
Now, catch me on Friendster.
I'm still confused. I thought you were saying Jeeves is another way to call your kid Jesus.
Nah.
Ask
Yeah, I made a
Jesus.
jump there.
That's why I was like,
I like
Ask
it.
Jesus.
I like it, man. I'll
We had
take
enough
it.
Ask Jeeves.
That's how
in
my
this
brain
town, not
works.
enough Ask
I'm filling in
Jesus.
for Greg.
Dude, AskJesus.com. sounds
We need
like
that
a
Greg
website.
energy. If you support us at the Silver membership over on patreon.com/kindoffunnygames, you get the show ad-free. Otherwise, you can watch on Thursdays on youtube.com/kindoffunnygames, roosterteeth.com, or listen on podcast services around the globe. Just search for Kind of Funny Gamescast. And speaking of that, we've been uploading our first impression show audio on the Gamescast podcast feed. And the idea behind that is like we took the impressions out of Gamescast, so it kind of feels like it fits there. I get it's a different show though. I want your feedback. What are you thinking? It's difficult because I don't want to necessarily make a whole new feed for stuff because it's just too many feeds and it's not a consistent weekly thing necessarily. So give me your feedback. I also don't want to like overcrowd Gamescast because I'm seeing that you know when Gamescast comes out on Thursday and then there's the first impressions like Thursday afternoon, it kind of like messes things up. Let me know what your user experience is because it's hard to tell when you're not consuming the content.
Right.
So tweet at me at Tim Gettys. Let me know what's up. But we got to get into it because there is a lot to talk about today. Yes. We are doing the most iconic Nintendo games. Today we're focusing on the console Nintendo games.
With one notable twist, I guess?
The twist being, so we're also going to do the most iconic portable Nintendo games coming up. And because there's so many Nintendo consoles, we're going to move the Switch into count as one of the portable ones, because the show would last forever.
Yeah.
But before we get into the topics themselves, I want to go around the table like we did last week. What is our history with Nintendo? Blessing, let's start with you.
So my first console ever was actually the N64, which I guess will date me, because I was born in '94. And so N64, I feel like if I know any console, like around and back, like inside out, it'll be the N64. That's kind of my jam. I love those games. Didn't own a GameCube. Did own a Wii. Owned an NES because my older sisters really loved Mario 3. And so I had an NES like during the N64 generation. And so like I have like a weird knowledge of that. Played a lot of Super Nintendo games. Might have emulated some, like because I didn't actually own the console, and had friends that had Super Nintendo, so I have like a pretty good familiarity with Super Nintendo, and then didn't have a Wii U. So like about half of the Nintendo consoles, I feel very good about, and then of course like Nintendo, I feel like has a good reputation as far as even from being on the outside looking in. If we're talking about GameCube, I can tell you a lot about GameCube games. Yeah. Even not experiencing them firsthand. And so like I really enjoyed Nintendo. I think I've described myself as a Nintendo fanboy before. Like I'm like somewhere in the middle of like, well, today I'm like a PlayStation fanboy, right? But like, if I'm talking about like nostalgia and heritage and all that stuff, right? I'm like right in the middle of Nintendo and PlayStation. That's kind of my jam.
The
yeah.
Uniter.
The Uniter, yes.
Imran, what about you?
Let's see. When Blessing did his first console was the N64, that was the first console I paid for.
Wow.
But I was born in '85, which I think I had a NES by the time I was 3. I remember my parents brought it home with Metal Gear and Ninja Turtles, which is a god-awful game.
Yeah.
Like one of the worst games I've ever played.
Classic, though.
But I got the Shredder once in my entire life. I've never been able to repeat it. Even on emulators as an adult, I've never been able to get that far in the game.
Hard. Bullshit hard.
Yes, I got an SNES at some point. I think the not launch game I got it with, but the game I got it with the Mario Kart. Bought an N64 at launch. Bought a GameCube at launch. Bought a Wii at launch. Bought a Wii U at launch. I was one of those 5 people at my Best Buy who pre-ordered one. Switch at launch. Bought not every handheld at launch, but I do own every handheld. I have a long history with Nintendo stuff. Like, I guess if you had to align me with some company, I like them all, but I guess I'm more familiar with Nintendo and probably the one I'm most willing to give the benefit of the doubt to, and also the one I complain the most about.
Yeah. If you love it. Fran.
Yes.
What about you? What's your history with Nintendo?
Where do I start? Probably should start with I'm the guy that gave Mario Kart Double Dash 7.9.
Oh,
just in case.
You monster.
You forgot about the truth that lies before you. Every day you wake up and you see it. But anyway.
I put it out in front of my bed.
I have it bookmarked. It's my homepage.
Oh, and you're burning in your retinas because people are angry. Anyway.
Like Karate Kid, like thing.
But yeah, I have pretty much owned every Nintendo console. I have. The NES was the one that came a little later. Not much. I just had to like twist my parents' arms to get me one after the neighbors had already gotten them. So anyway, NES, SNES, you name it, have owned them all, had a ton of games, borrowed games from friends, rented games. Remember that, kids?
I loved renting games.
And then I got a job as a Nintendo editor, and I quit college to write about the GameCube, and then start doing video about GameCube, and then we started the video team. Interestingly, I would point out, too, actually right around that mid-2000s is when it was harder to keep up with stuff on Nintendo because I was doing a ton of video stuff for IGN. But, I mean, I've just been here since NES.
I mean, I would say that, no exaggeration, you are probably one of the most iconic Nintendo media people of all time.
Yeah,
like
that's why I'm
you
super
really,
nervous about this. I forgot everything.
You've been out of it for a while, but it's like, you were there, like you were talking about the video stuff and all that, but like GameCube and all that, you were there when podcasts were first beginning to be a thing.
Yeah.
And like, the like classic IGN Nintendo podcast
Yeah,
moments.
probably some of the first Let's Plays, even where it was like recording off-screen footage at E3 while playing, maybe talking, etc.
It's just cool. It's cool having you and having Ryan last week because Ryan has been the Xbox guy covering every Xbox console as it went on. So
yeah, I'd say
Cool
it's funny.
stuff.
I probably had been in the game, earlier than most Nintendo people still in the industry, but obviously Per Schneider and probably him above all. He's been in the industry
definitely.
longer than anyone for
Yeah.
Nintendo.
So I obviously hate Nintendo.
Yeah, you're not known at all.
No, I've owned every single Nintendo console. My first console ever was a Super Nintendo. That was my own console. My dad had a Commodore 64, but I grew up with that, loved it. Kevin's sister had an NES, so I'd go over and play that all the time. I was lucky enough where being born in 1989 that by the time I really cared about video games, like being 5 or 6 or whatever, the NES was dirt cheap and you can find it at a garage sale. For $14, I got an NES and 28 games.
Holy
And it was just like, are you kidding me? Like that was just the greatest come up of all time. I actually didn't get an N64 until later because like I was young and like my parents didn't have money, so it wasn't like even though I wanted it, it just wasn't gonna happen. And I had my Super Nintendo. I had Yoshi's Island. It was fine. Like I didn't need Mario 64 quite yet.
Do you remember how late you got the system?
I didn't
in
get
your
the
hands?
N64 until 98 or 9.
Yeah, like after.
Yeah,
Ocarina of
like
Time.
definitely after everything was kind of out on it, and then I got to go back and play the stuff. GameCube was day one. GameCube was the first console I ever got on launch day.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
What were your launch games? Out of curiosity.
What's up?
What were your launch games? What?
So my launch games for Nintendo GameCube, I've told the story before, were none. I had to wait 12 days to get Smash Brothers Melee because they delayed it a little
Yeah,
bit.
they
Like,
did.
it was
It was
December
like-
3rd that came out, and the console came out November 18th or 15th. I forget which one's Xbox and which was GameCube. But I actually didn't have a launch title. I just had this system, but I wanted to make sure I had it for Smash Brothers. So yeah, then I went from there, and then we waited in line for 16 hours to get
Same.
with Kevin, sleeping in the cold of Colma. On the streets.
Oh, actually, I was at the launch party too. I didn't wait in the car
Yeah,
for
yeah.
but I was at the launch day. I want to make that clear. You earned it.
Yeah. And then the Wii U as well. I was somebody that pre-ordered it because I didn't believe in it, but I believed in Nintendo.
Oh, yeah.
And here we are.
That's how it goes.
Here we are.
Yeah.
13 million.
Sometimes it
sales.
pays off.
So let's start it off right. Top 5 most iconic NES games.
What does iconic mean? What does
You're right.
Webster's
Let's
dictionary?
You're
right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Bless you.
We did this last week,
bless.
and Fran, you weren't here, and Imran, you weren't here. So to reiterate, iconic. We're talking famously and distinctively representing something. Instantly identifiable in relation to Nintendo.
Okay.
Not necessarily about quality or sales, but they do factor in. So it's not necessarily like, oh, well, we'll just look at the top selling games. That's the list. It's not necessarily that because there are other factors that go into
When we
it.
think of this console, we think of this game.
Yes, and quality doesn't necessarily go into it. It's like, it doesn't mean these are the best games. It just means they're games that people associate
Yeah, I
with
like
it.
that one a lot. That's a good one.
It doesn't need to be exclusive to, but it does need to be tied to. So it needs to have, some thought process ownership of the console.
Yeah, like this is a GameCube game.
Yes.
Some good criteria. When did this happen?
Because I'm trying to prepare for you,
Oh,
Fran.
my
The last
God.
time we
No,
had-
man. It's like you read my mind.
Yeah.
I love all
And
this.
now the last thing is it's not necessarily limited to one per franchise. So if some
Also
are going to have some more iconic games than others.
Yeah, like on the Xbox conversation, the first original Xbox had, I believe,
Halo
Halo
1
1
and
and
Halo
Halo
2.
2.
Yeah.
Because
they-
they had to.
You can make the argument for both.
Yeah, it's good you brought that up because that happens a lot on lists. Is sometimes people say you can only choose one, which changes everything.
We're talking
I like,
most iconic. So there we go.
It's a good list.
Let's start, man. NES. Let's start with the most obvious one. Super Mario Brothers
3.
franchise.
Oh.
Which ones do we think make it no matter what?
3 100%.
Yeah.
3
made a movie about
100%.
it.
One, I think, is the most iconic version. Like, I never see Mario paraphernalia without Mario 1 stuff on it.
Totally. Yeah.
Like the Mario
fair.
1 sprites
That's
and
fair.
stuff like my wallet is Mario 1 like
Yeah.
wallet. It's
Yeah.
not like Mario 3 is great. I think it's a much better game for sure.
Yeah, I blurted out 3 because it was just so huge. But I would, if I had to choose ranking already, I'd go 1 is more iconic. But
See, I
it should be on the list.
starting the list here, I think both are on the list.
Yeah.
At least for sake of conversation. So I'm going to put them both
Say
down.
we're doing 5.
Yeah.
Yes. We'll start by like adding all the ones that we think should be on the list, and then we'll call it down.
I like that.
Okay, so we start with this. There was an NES Classic a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Should we just go over the games that are on that
I
thing?
didn't think
Sure.
about that.
So NES Classic had Balloon Fight, Bubble Bobble, Castlevania, Castlevania 3, Donkey Kong Jr., Double Dragon 2.
Stop there. Of those, do you think any
Donkey Kong.
make the list?
Castlevania.
I think Castlevania, Donkey Kong,
Like-
on the NES.
I would associate more,
Donkey
that more
Kong
with
in
arcade.
arcade.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my
It's a
thing.
part of Nintendo history for
But
sure.
back then, see, it's easy to forget. But I mean, I don't know what it sold on NES. I had to assume a lot.
Yeah, but my
Every
thing
game
is
was a
nobody
million
thinks Donkey Kong and thinks about the Nintendo. They think about arcade.
See, here's where I would argue you know more than the average person, Tim. And they just know Donkey Kong, and absolutely the arcade was the one to solidify it. But like a lot of people, I think it was an NES thing. They don't
All right,
know
I'll put
the
it down
difference.
just for you, but it's not going to make the list.
Obviously.
I'll put in my 2 cents, and like when I think like OG Donkey Kong games on the early consoles, the earliest console I think of is the Super Nintendo.
Yeah,
Like, I don't
Donkey
think
Kong
I
Country
don't
stuff,
think
sure.
Well, Donkey
back
Kong
to the-
Country, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For sure.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying I'm arguing
have that
against
conversation.
Fran.
Yeah.
It's an
I know, I
interesting
know.
one, though, because it's just so huge. But anyway.
So
Yeah.
Castlevania, though,
Yes.
is there a specific one?
I would say Castlevania 1 is more iconic than the other ones. Again, 3 is a better game, but 1 I think is the one people associate more with Nintendo.
I agree.
It's funny because me personally, Simon's Quest was the one that like
Simon's
totally
Quest sucks ass.
It doesn't matter. We went over this.
I know, but it
Yeah.
sucks
I
ass.
also just don't think Castlevania 2 has that like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in
I was just saying
It has a better
personally.
theme.
in the similar vein of the Donkey Kong conversation, Mario Brothers.
Like
Yeah.
the original verses.
I mean,
Yeah,
it
like
shipped.
the
It
versus
shipped
thing.
with the system.
But see,
I don't
that's-
think
it's
it's
an arcade
iconic.
game.
Yeah,
Because I'm with that too. I think both Donkey Kong and Mario Brothers are arcade games.
I think the irony of that actually is it shipped as a combo. Kart, NES, Mario Brothers, and then Duck Hunt, right?
No, wasn't that Super Mario Brothers, or was it original Mario Brothers?
It was
Now
Mario
you-
Brothers
Maybe
version
they
with the
did
Duck Hunt
both.
cart.
All right, now I'm gonna have to look this
It
up.
was Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt.
Regardless,
Yeah,
I
that's
was,
what I
I was
thought
gonna
it
make
was.
the joke that I think Duck Hunt might be more
Which
iconic.
Duck Hunt is
Then-
actually? I didn't think about that.
Which is-
because
Duck
of the
Hunt
gun
is on the
especially.
list. Like
Yeah.
it has to be.
I mean, when we're saying has to,
There's a lot.
Because
I
I'm
know.
saying
Yeah, no,
like,
they're gonna have a list of like
So
20
keep-
games.
But
keep
first
going with
Castlevania, I
the
would
classic.
agree.
Dr. Mario, Excite Bike, Final Fantasy 3, Galaga, Ghosts and Goblins, Gradius, Ice Climber, Kid Icarus, Kirby's Adventure, The Legend of Zelda.
yes,
Legend of Zelda.
that's on there for sure, 100%.
I also kind of want
getting
to.
to
I'm
the
leaning
good
towards Kirby's Adventure. Like maybe not make
Really?
the final list, but that is
I mean, I think it's
Wait,
iconic.
wait.
it's a defining.
Well, if we're narrowing down to 5,
Y'all
Yeah.
gonna just breeze past Excite Bike too?
I mean,
Excite Bike's
I
really
think
good.
if we're
I think
narrowing
Excite
down to
Bike-
5, I'm gonna breeze past it.
Don't worry about the 5 yet. We
Well,
gotta have
okay.
a
Okay,
Okay.
if you're just
I
talking
think
about
Excite
lists,
Bike's
sure.
in the conversation.
juicy
for
list
sure.
for starters, right?
like Ghosts
we-
and Goblins is here, but I don't associate with that the NES.
No.
Like
I
Did you say
did
Metroid?
personally.
Metroid.
He was
not-
getting to it.
It was later in the list.
Got
but
it.
yeah.
Got it.
But we can.
Yes, Metroid.
Zelda, we're all agreed on, right?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Mario Brothers,
gonna
Mega
make the
Man
five.
2. For
Yes,
Mega Man 2.
Oh
Like,
man, yeah, I forgot about Mega
1000%.
Man.
Sure. Metroid, NES Open Tournament Golf,
You got Metroid right.
Ninja
Yeah.
Gaiden, Pac-Man,
Ninja
Punch
Gaiden's
Out,
potential
Punch Out, I'll put down
and Punch Out
for conversation.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
River City Ransom,
He skipped over
Solomon's
Ninja
Key.
Gaiden.
I didn't. I said Ninja
No, he
Gaiden.
did.
was-
You didn't.
Which one?
You're not gonna put Ninja Gaiden down?
you say Nintendo?
Oh, dude.
You know what? Actually, to be fair, I'm sorry. I'm gonna apologize. I'm getting very nostalgic.
No,
And
but
it's supposed
you're
to
right,
be
though.
5
Fran.
iconic games, and I don't think people
No,
think of
I-
Ninja Gaiden when they think of
They
that.
do.
Honestly, I do.
I think they do.
Like,
But 5, it'll never make that.
That's my thing. Is I'm like, dude,
And
I feel
I'm
like, I feel
being
like
like-
this list is easy.
so I think when it's past the Smash Brothers test, if you put that character in Smash Brothers, would then remember it from that NES game.
Actually,
And I think
yeah,
Ninja
That's a
Gaiden
really
should.
good test.
Like,
Pretty good.
That makes a lot of sense.
I
Is there,
think-
is there anything more here?
Yeah. Solomon's Key, Star Tropics, Super Contra. So Contra 1, I think. might be
Yeah, I was
better.
gonna say the
Contra 1.
first Contra, absolutely.
Super Mario Brothers, Mario Brothers 2, Mario Brothers 3.
Yeah,
Tecmo
2 and
Bowl,
3 should all be in the conversation.
Yi Are Kung Fu, and Zelda 2.
There we go. There we go.
So there's like 3, maybe 4 that I feel like are for sure on there.
Which are?
Zelda, Mario 1
Oh.
and 3, or maybe one of those. I don't depends on what this conversation is, but one of the Marios at the very least, and then. Actually, I was gonna say Metroid, but maybe like we reserve that for Super Metroid.
I mean, so that's my thing. Is I
two different
feel-
consoles.
I get that
But
it's two different
Metroid 1,
consoles.
it also is not all that influential.
That's
that's
the
the
thing
thing.
is that I feel like there's some of these like Kirby's Adventure is a perfect example. When you think Kirby, it's like what is even the most iconic Kirby game? Superstar, right?
Yeah,
not-
I didn't get into Kirby more until Super
I think
Nintendo. so-
Adventure was the one that like really made Kirby the gameplay style it is of sucking up enemies, taking their powers, and like having a
I don't
normal
think people
platformer
thought about
adventure.
it on NES. It's not a bad.
It was also so late of an NES.
I
It
had
was like
two
92.
others.
It was a really
Yeah.
late game.
We skipped two big ones
Which
for me
one?
personally, and that I do think are iconic because like depends on what you bought the system for. But Dragon Warrior and Bionic Commando, big.
I love
ones.
Bionic Commando.
Bionic Commando was super iconic. Now again, is it going to make a list against Nintendo games on the Nintendo platform?
And that's the
but
problem.
it's worth putting on our big list to start.
So we're gonna say Legend of Zelda 1 for sure.
100%.
Zelda 2, I
Easy.
think, is a debatable thing, but like,
I don't
Not
think that makes
iconic.
it.
Like I
Yeah.
actually really like that game. It's just not
It's not
Yeah.
iconic necessarily.
Zelda
So-
was a gold card. It has to make the list.
So let's
Nothing
Mega
else
Man.
matters.
Mega Man 2 has to make the list.
Yes.
I'm with you on that. Yeah, like
I don't
that.
think it's the best Mega Man game, but like it's
It's like
the
it
most
is
iconic,
iconic,
one, for
man.
sure.
The music,
yes.
the everything about 2 is like
Yeah,
that's what people think.
Yeah, I feel like Mega Man got people talking, but then by the time 2 came out, everybody had to have it, and everybody did have it. So I would absolutely put it in the running for top
I
5.
think Punch Out is
Yeah.
it needs a spot in the top 5.
Yeah.
Like in terms of iconic, it is a game people
But,
think
like-
about with the NES.
Yes. I agree.
How many spots is that then? Because
We're
there
at
are
like
other-
7 already. It's fine.
Yeah.
All right,
we'll have to
now we're
argue
gonna go
them off.
down. We're gonna go down, and we're gonna do the vote of like.
I agree with him on Punch Out.
To kind of like cull a little bit. We're gonna go around and say, does it have to be on the list?
Okay.
Mario Brothers 3,
Yes.
Yes.
Mario Brothers 1,
Yes.
Donkey Kong, no.
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 Yeah, you're right.
Castlevania,
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it
I
does.
don't know about it.
I mean, we're out here
Possibly.
talking
I'm
Punch
not gonna
Out
argue- I
versus
don't-
Castlevania.
Here's
as an
the
example.
thing. There's enough people saying yes to like
Yeah.
to get it
It's
on
in the
there.
running, sure.
So Duck Hunt, yes.
Yeah.
In the conversation with some
We're
of these
talking
other games,
iconic.
Remember,
We're
it's
talking
not
about
the best game.
I,
You
I
think-
know.
Yeah.
I'm thinking iconic,
Yeah,
but
Duck
like,
We
Hunt's
can call a game
absolutely.
iconic and not say it's the top 5 most iconic right now.
okay.
Yeah.
So we're not saying like this game is gonna hang in the top 5. We're just saying that, like, oh yeah, this is one of the most iconic
This is for sure going to be in the last
conversation.
round.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Then Duck Hunt, yeah.
Kirby's Adventure,
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, I can see the argument not to.
Nah.
Excite Bike,
It's a tough
I'm-
one.
I'm
What's
gonna-
the list again
I'm
so
gonna
far
say
that we
no.
said yes? So Super Mario 3,
Mario
Super Mario
3,
1,
Mario Bros, Castlevania, Duck Hunt, Legend of Zelda.
Mega Man 2 as well.
and Mega Man 2.
Which is how many?
And Punch Out.
Yeah, I don't
We're
think
already
that-
close to 10.
It's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah,
no,
we're
but
gonna
that's
pare this
good. That's
down.
good so far.
I just think
I
that
don't
like
think Excite Bike
Excite Bike
hangs.
doesn't hang with
That's a
those.
good point.
Like,
The rest of
Excite
those,
Bike
yeah.
is
Yeah,
iconic,
like
but not on
Yeah.
that level.
I feel
Yeah,
like,
like
I feel like that's tier 2. Like
Yeah.
if Duck Hunt we're saying is like tier 1 with these other games,
Like-
I'm gonna put
Yeah.
Excite Bike. in
Excite
I
there.
Bike's
wouldn't-
like Mandy Moore. The other ones are like Britney Spears.
Do we say Metal Gear?
See, I feel like that's a retroactive thing.
Yeah, it was, yeah. It's not iconic.
It's hard for me to
it.
judge because it was like one of my first games. So,
Yeah.
But that'd be like me arguing for Bionic Commando over Metal Gear, right? Like, I'm not, your point is valid.
Yes.
Like, Dragon Warrior, for me, is so iconic to that platform.
No, I would
but if
fight
I
with you
look at
or
the
fight for
landscape
Dragon
of
Warrior, too.
everybody, it won't make the list.
What I want to add, Paperboy.
Oh, that's a good one.
Because it's another one
is-
that, although it was an arcade game, I tie it to
I,
NES.
I think it's absolutely iconic. I don't know
but
if
is
it's
that-
iconic as a
I think
wrestling
that's
game.
like a
Hypothetical
tier
against
3,
Donkey
like
Kong?
iconic.
Because
Like,
I think I would put Paperboy in the Excite Bike tier.
Yeah. But see, I think more people
Combine those two
play
games.
Paperboy.
I think so
Yes.
too.
And more people associate Paperboy with
Paperboy
NES.
was in movies. It was like a actual.
Get out of here with your Paperboy. Let's move on. You're not going to have Donkey Kong, and you're going to argue for Paperboy.
It's not the
Paperboy
Paper-
beats Donkey Kong.
It's not the Donkey Kong, it's not
even. That's a
iconic.
personal
Being tied
thing.
to NES,
It's not like
100%.
And
100%.
I'm with
Donkey
that.
Kong's
Like
arcade.
Donkey Kong, better game. Donkey Kong,
Yeah, okay, fine.
overall, more iconic game in like this in the whole conversation of video games as a whole.
I just think a
more
lot-
iconic NES game. I'm going Paperboy.
Iconic, instantly identifiable in relation to. Donkey Kong NES? No way.
I just personally don't think people are as informed as you think they are. But I get your point.
So, Metroid.
Yeah, I mean,
I think Blasing's idea of saving it to Metroid makes more sense.
Me too.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
necessarily have to
that's-
save it. It's just I don't
that's
think
not
it's
relevant,
iconic
yeah.
NES.
Yeah. Well,
It's either-
that's,
but my
that's,
thing
that's
is-
up
saving it.
against these other ones.
I
or
think
not.
it is relevant because it's like we were like, we definitely associate Super Metroid with
Yeah.
Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
Do we associate Metroid with Nintendo
Yeah.
in
Well,
that
like-
way?
Yeah,
I think
we-
like the
we
NES held
associate it,
that
but I
game
don't-
back.
but
Like,
with-
that's when I think of that game.
And I feel like that wasn't like that was definitely a moment of like, oh yeah, Metroid is awesome, but I don't think that was the moment that solidified Metroid as like
No, it
one of
wasn't.
the greatest video game franchises.
It was
Which I don't know if people
for-
will say that, but like
oh,
still.
come on. For NES, Metroid is a monster game that tons of people associate with the NES. Like I think if you challenge people, name like 15
a
NES
good point.
games, they will name
If you-
Metroid
if-
almost every time.
I think if you
probably.
challenge
I'll
somebody,
put Metroid on it.
if you challenge people to name 5 NES games, I think
Yeah.
Metroid is gonna be one of them. But I also think that might be
Yeah,
because it's
Also
Super
because
Metroid.
Metroid's still relevant.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
just
because
making
Metroid is
sure
still relevant.
It gets the space. But Tim, to finish the point, it's like even I wouldn't argue it over like Punch Out and Duck Hunt for iconic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So well, maybe
man.
Punch Out.
Ninja
But
Gaiden.
anyway, it's not
I
gonna make
wanna
the list versus
say-
the others.
It's iconic.
It's
Um,
iconic. I just think that when you
it's
start
like
thinking
top
about like
6.
the third party games, like that level, Mega Man 2 is so much more iconic
Yeah.
than it that it's like, oh shit, okay, well we're talking about if we're talking Mega Man levels, Ninja Gaiden I don't think hits that.
Totally
Yeah.
agree.
And compared to like even to Contra, I think Contra's more iconic than Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah,
I can see it.
totally.
All right, I'm gonna take it.
100% agree with
Ninja
that.
Gaiden's off. So Contra,
Contra is definitely iconic for NES.
Dragon Warrior. I
I-
feel like Dragon Warrior and Final Fantasy, both of them are like obviously beloved games on the NES. I don't think that they're like
From a very Western perspective,
Yeah.
I don't think we.
Yeah,
But on the other hand, like Dragon Warrior was the game Nintendo Power gave away for free, so a lot of people know it. Just
good thing on the criteria we didn't talk about. Obviously, we're talking global, right? It's assumed. Like we're not.
Yeah.
We're not saying everybody in Japan would put Dragon Warrior on the list. Like that doesn't matter. You know, it's global
honestly, if we're
perspective.
talking global, Dragon Warrior 3 makes more sense. Dragon Quest 3.
but the fact that like
It never
And
existed
not
in
iconic
America.
versus these
yeah.
others.
you know what I mean?
But it's
like,
the kind of game that, like, that's the game where the rumor started about you can't release these games on weekdays because people would just leave their jobs in school. Like, that's
Yeah, I
the
mean, it's true. Yeah, I mean that happened into like the 2000s with that.
There's,
game.
like,
People
Yakuza
would
side
just
quests
all
about
be
that game.
Dragon Warrior Sick Day, you know. Yeah, like Kid Icarus, I would say is more iconic to a global mindset than probably Dragon Warrior. No, just me.
I don't know.
Maybe
no.
not.
Kid Icarus again retroactive.
God, I
I
can't.
think that Smash Brothers
Yeah, that's the
made
thing.
it.
It was
more.
not.
I
It
agree
was
with
not
that.
at all. But I see that perspective
Yeah.
as like newer Nintendo fans, etc. Like, but I couldn't unhook Kid Icarus from the NES in my mind. But that
No, I see what you
probably
mean.
very
Like,
personal.
it's definitely connected. It's just, I don't know if it's
Did we-
as iconic as the other
Did we
ones.
say Ice Climbers?
We said it in the
No.
classic.
Yeah,
It just,
Ice
no
Climbers
one
is
likes
not.
Ice Climbers. Ice
Yeah,
Climbers.
that game. There's nothing about that game.
That is a Smash
Oh, yeah,
one for
I'm with
sure.
you.
Like,
I'm
that
with
is
you.
only Smash.
Yeah.
Keeping that thing.
It's weird too, right? Because
mind
like
share.
you know, again, I have a different perspective. It's me sitting in the room and classrooms with my friends playing these games, us giving each other. You take Kid Icarus, I'll take Metroid, whatever. And like that's again, my perspective is a little different than I think what other people are.
Bionic Commando and Paperboy are the last two. I feel like both don't make the list.
They're both great games.
I feel like there might be a conversation with
Paperboy.
Paperboy. I mean,
I think there is a conversation for Paperboy.
Yeah.
I think Paperboy has that thing about it that like it's not even just about sales numbers. It's about the amount of hands that cartridge touched. Like I feel like
Yeah.
the resale of it, the pass along of Paperboy. Everyone
Yeah.
had Paperboy.
Like, I could-
everyone had a copy of Paperboy.
I know the tune of Paperboy in my head, and like I feel like for a lot of these games, like I couldn't. Actually, I guess I could with like Metroid and Zelda tell you the tune immediately,
Yeah.
but still, Paperboy I feel like sticks with people.
All right, we'll
more.
keep Paperboy.
I'm gonna throw 2 out there, and just this might be a thing that like no one else gets, but NES baseball and NES Open
Okay,
Hockey.
I was thinking about a baseball game.
That's good call.
I
the
think it was
sports
NES
stuff.
baseball. I can't remember which one I played, but I was like, there's definitely an iconic baseball game on NES.
Yeah.
which is
Ice
I'm
hockey.
guessing
and hockey
NES
is the one that I
baseball.
remember. Like it had the Mario
Me too,
sprites kind of
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
I feel like with all those sports games, it's like we could be like, oh yeah, the sports games were iconic, but we don't know the names.
Yeah, that's the thing too.
So
It was
that
just
means
ice
they're
hockey,
not that
I think,
iconic.
right?
So Bionic Commando, I'm gonna take off. Everyone okay with that?
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
All right. So we have 10. We have 10
So we
currently.
gotta cut half
Easy.
this.
So
list.
So we needed to decide what are the 5 most iconic of these 10.
We can separate Zelda immediately and be like, okay, this is for sure on there.
Yeah.
Well, let's just hear the 10 again.
So
where we're at.
Mario 3, Mario 1, Castlevania, Duck Hunt, Legend of Zelda, Metroid, Mega Man 2, Punch-Out, Contra, Paperboy. Which ones don't fit on this list?
I think
Paperboy
Contra, Paperboy,
Yeah.
And Punch-Out.
and Contra.
Punch Out's so
Out's a big
iconic to
maybe.
me.
It's hard for me.
But
not
like
to
I
see
just
the list.
don't like Punch-Out
It'd be-
is not as iconic as Mega Man 2.
There used to be a bar in
even-
town called Soda Popinski's.
Tim, I
Yeah.
think it's easier to do the musts again, don't you think? Of those 10,
Yeah, I feel like it's easier to
I
separate
mean, whatever
the
you want to do,
must-haves.
but
Okay.
beginning, I
'Cause
know
I think must-haves
because we're gonna
Zelda.
only have like one space. I bet.
I think it'll be easier to like figure out what's
You know
for
what I
sure
mean?
for sure on the
Okay,
list,
cool.
and then like separate. From
I
there.
bet you we'll all agree on like 4. It wouldn't
So
surprise me.
Legend of Zelda is a for sure,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Super Mario Brothers is
Yes.
a for sure.
The first one, yes.
Mario 3, I really think is a for sure.
I think so too.
Even
Yeah.
over these other ones.
I would put them over the other ones.
The
Maybe we
yellow
knock it off,
box,
Imran,
the,
maybe.
like like just the look of it, like how big and sprawling that game is, like
Let's put a pin in it as we go
Okay.
through the other ones. Because
Okay.
if it's like 2 Mario games versus like kicking something other,
It
but
doesn't
that's
matter.
my thing is I
Iconic.
think it's that
Yeah.
iconic.
Like I feel like
Totally.
these Mario games are
Like Mario 2 is fantastic. It's not on the list.
they're distinct enough and notable enough to where I could easily see them taking 2 spots on the list for being 2 separate,
Yeah.
different enough games that are both special in their own way. That
yeah.
mean their own individual things. I
It's
like
like
it's
the
just- I'm
beginning
looking
and
at-
end of the life cycle almost, right?
we're looking
Like-
at 6 consoles. And I think each of those are gonna have like 2 Mario games on it.
That's just.
But
the
I
way
don't.
that
I mean,
cookie
I don't
crumbles.
think it'll be like this though. Like when we get to Wii, I don't think Galaxy 1 and 2 are going to be on the list.
They might.
No.
Or like both of them are going to be on the list. No,
Not
they're
for
not.
Wii. There's so
1
many
and
other-
2 can't be on can't be on the list.
Honestly,
Let's
together.
just,
We'll
we know this
see.
one's got an asterisk, but what I heard was 3 people were like, heck yes, and everyone's like, which
Well, yeah,
to me
let's
is like,
read-
sure, we'll
But
rediscuss
let's
it.
keep
Let's
going
be
on.
on.
See if there's ones that we all agree have to be on it, and then they'll. They,
We're
will be.
already to 3.
So we're at 2. We're at Mario 1 and Legend of Zelda.
Yep, that sounds good.
Duck Hunt. I think Duck Hunt is more than
Forgetting
Like-
the rest of the list.
pretty much any of these other games besides Mario 3.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll-
I'll agree on Duck Hunt. Honestly, like
Is this a working doc, Tim?
No, it's
don't
just-
worry about it. I'm trying to remember all the.
And as a reminder, someone in the chat brought this up, and I totally forgot about it. Like Mario and Duck Hunt were packaged together at one point.
yeah,
Yeah.
And like if that was like, I feel like that was
Were
a
they-
big thing, especially in U.S. Like
this
I
is gonna
remember
be an age thing for sure. Were
Yeah.
they ever packaged separately?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Because I only remember them packaged together.
the gun was super iconic as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Zapper.
it is super.
So now I feel like this is starting to make it a little bit easier when you're looking at Mario 1, Duck Hunt, Legend of Zelda. Like that is like a top tier level of like instantly identifiable shit that like what are these other games hit that? Like Castlevania is I think a strong contender, but it's not a slam dunk.
Yeah.
Metroid is the same thing. Mega Man 2 I think is on that list.
I
Mega
think
Man 2 and Castlevania
I
is the
would-
fight I'm having in my head right now.
I think Mega Man for sure.
I'd put Mega Man
and
definitely.
then I think Mario 3.
I
is
think
the other
Mega
one.
Man's on the list.
Yeah.
We
yeah,
all-
like
we
I'm
all
not
agree.
mad about either of those choices. Those are both like 2 of my favorite games of all
Which
time.
Castlevania?
Castlevania and Mega Man.
So here's where we're at. We have Mario 1, Duck Hunt, Legend of Zelda, and Mega Man 2. So do we agree that like yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that was the top 5. I'd be super happy with it.
We have one left. That one spot goes to Mario 3, Castlevania, Metroid, Punch-Out, Contra, or Paperboy.
It's between.
We're gonna do this like a vote.
It's between
Put
Mario
out
3
the
and
one
Punch
that you
Out.
think it is.
It's between Mario 3 and
3.
Mario 3 for me, but it's between that and Punch Out.
Punch Out.
Yeah, it's Mario 3. Absolutely.
All right. So then, ladies and gentlemen, the top 5 most iconic NES games are Mario 3, Mario 1, Duck Hunt, Legend of Zelda, and Mega Man 2.
What if we did something controversial? Take off Mega Man 2, put on Punch Out. Anybody with me? Am I the only one here? Honestly,
I think you're the only
I
one.
No?
think it's a
Okay.
fair case to me.
I like Mega
but
Man 2 more. And
I
I
mean,
think
I
Mega Man
think-
2 is more iconic.
There's a reason
like-
why there's like 20 Mega Mans and a few Punch Outs, but
I mean fair. I think well,
Punch
but
Out's great.
I mean that's
still.
not fair. Like
You can't really do a whole lot with that.
If you
formula.
want to
Iconic.
make the
Duck
case
Hunt.
that Mega Man better game than Punch Out, 100%.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
with
it's
you.
not
I
bad.
agree. But more iconic NES game between Mega Man and Punch Out.
Mega Man had
So we should have
multiple
put it for
cartoons.
Mario 3.
Yeah, Punch Out I guess didn't have a cartoon.
Yeah.
it's a really tough. I
Because
mean,
it was about a remix.
wait, I thought he was.
We're not
in
talking about
it.
Mike Tyson's Punch Out. We're talking about Punch Out.
Whatever. It's just
Whatever.
Mr.
All right.
What's his name? Mr. Miracle? Mr. Incredible?
Mr. Dream.
Mr. Dream.
God, gotta love it. Super Nintendo, ladies and gentlemen.
Moving on.
I feel
Super Metroid. We're already done with that one.
yeah.
Mario World.
My
Super
favorite game of all
Metroid.
time.
Link to the Past.
Super Mario
Should I pull up
World.
the classic list?
Link to.
I mean,
the
I feel like those three
past.
are locked.
Yeah,
right
there you
there.
go.
You have
Those are
two
locked.
spots
Undeniably
left.
locked. Yeah.
2 spots left.
Yeah, Super Mario World, Super Metroid,
Street,
Link to the
Street Fighter
Past.
2 Turbo.
Yep.
Yeah, huge.
And then Donkey Kong Country. We
I
got
was like
it.
Super
We're
Street
done.
Fighter 2 Turbo.
We're done.
Dang,
Kong
it's
Country-
amazing how much.
Which Donkey Kong Country
See,
is
better
is
here's
the
the
quality
quality
thing.
of
Here's the thing.
games
We're
was.
not done. Bless. There's a lot that goes in here. Those excellent picks, but Final Fantasy VI,
Chrono
yeah.
Trigger.
Chrono Trigger.
You gotta say 6, like he's
Which is the better version
3,
of
6,
Yeah, I know what
whatever.
you're talking about.
Which
But
version
not
is
everybody
the
knows.
more preferable version of Chrono Trigger between SNES and PlayStation?
Between
I
those two,
mean,
SNES.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Super Nintendo all the way.
Again,
DS
shouldn't
version is
matter
probably
for
the
this
best
list.
one to play now. But- Okay, on
I
the
mean,
SNES
2 is
Classic
huge for me.
was Contra 3, Donkey Kong Country, Earthbound, F-Zero, Final Fantasy 6, Fire Emblem, Mystery of the Emblem, Kirby Superstar, Kirby
Actually,
Dream
wait,
Course.
Super Mario Kart and Star Fox, like
Dude.
that's hard to
Star
go
Fox
past.
Hold on.
SNES.
There's a
Oh,
big,
no, that
there's
was
one or two
huge.
bangers we have to
huge,
get to
but-
here.
Go for it.
Kirby Dream Course,
Sorry.
Legend of Mystical Ninja, Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past,
We got that
You
already.
got that.
Mega Man X.
Oh fuck,
Oh.
dude.
Yeah, it won't top all.
But-
No,
Yes,
Mega
it
Man
fucking will.
X.
So
Mega
far,
Man X
so
is
far,
one-
none of these games we named are of the tier of those four that we have.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what
no.
I was saying.
Yeah.
I would put Mega Man X at tier.
What, you
above
gonna take
those.
Really?
Super Mario
Yeah.
Kart off the list? Come
Yes.
on.
Debatably,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
What? Get out.
Yeah.
Super Mario Kart is like
These are not about
Mario
the
Kart
quality.
didn't become transcendent until 64.
Are you crazy?
Okay, thank you. I don't want
No.
to sound crazy by saying
No,
it, but I'm with
dude,
you.
I'm
64
fucking
become
with
iconic
you.
of the
Of course you are, because of your age range, which is fine.
No, I-
nothing
we're
wrong with
talking-
it.
Talking most iconic though, Fran.
I
Not
know.
just good games that everyone loved. We all loved all of these games.
I can't believe y'all arguing against Super Mario Kart.
And it's not
That's
an age
insanity.
thing because I grew up with the Super Nintendo for years before I got an N64. So
Okay.
all right. Panel de Pon, Secret of Mana, Star Fox 2, Street Fighter 2 Turbo,
100%.
Super Castlevania 4, Super Ghouls and Ghosts, Super Mario Kart, Super Mario RPG, Super Mario World,
Yep.
Super Metroid, Super Punch Out, Super Soccer, Super Street Fighter 2,
Super Soccer.
Yoshi's Island.
Yoshi's motherfucking Island.
Yoshi's
man.
Motherfucking Island is one of the best games of all time.
I agree with you. It is the first game I ever beat. It is probably my top 3 favorite games of all time. Is it the
We did
most
get-
iconic? No. If this was a top 15
There
list,
is no other
yes.
game in the world that looks like that. So when I think you look at that, you know that it's an SNES game.
Absolutely, for sure. But I can't argue it. We already have Super Metroid, Super Mario World, Link to the Past. Yoshi's Island's not on that level, right?
No.
And I think that of the
On
rest of the
iconic,
games,
no.
there are other games that are on that level.
Yeah, did we had Donkey Kong Country on there already, right?
At Donkey Kong Country,
Is
I
on
think
there.
is on that
Yeah.
level.
Which one though?
Huge.
2.
It's about iconic, so the first one.
Yeah, I feel like it has to be 1 for iconic, not best. Best is 2, undeniably.
I can dig it. I can be with that.
You know, but when you
That makes
think
sense.
when you think Super Nintendo, you think Donkey Kong, you see the first level of 1 in your head.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good
Let me
point.
throw this thing
It's
out
funny.
there.
I mean, Street Fighter 2 was
Oh, yeah, Street
huge.
Fighter
Again,
2
it's a
Turbo.
weird one because it was like an
I
arcade
think-
thing, but like it was
But-
our access to it.
But the thing with the
at all
arcade,
times.
and the difference between the Mario Brothers thing, where Mario Brothers is, oh, that's arcade.
Yeah.
Street Fighter 2 is like, that's an arcade game, and it's a Super Nintendo game.
Yeah.
Like, people associate it so strongly with both.
you know,
I
NBA Jam as well.
Super Bomberman 2.
More of a Genesis.
See, I don't think there's. So far, I've
I
not
don't
heard.
think
I've not
so.
heard a
Really?
game.
Yeah.
The
That-
multi-tap game, the probably best multiplayer game on the entire system.
I
What are you
feel like I
talking
would
about?
associate it
Bomberman
more
2.
with Saturn.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Bomberman
Super
R?
Bomberman.
No, 2.
Wait,
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
I feel like I associate Bomberman with the Saturn more than Super
wow,
Nintendo.
8-player.
With the
right?
weird kangaroo shit.
think it
No,
was.
it's the SNES game.
I mean, Super Bomberman was a good. It is Super Bomberman, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was. I mean, it's noteworthy.
It's noteworthy
I've
for
heard
sure.
as noteworthy as NBA Jam was. That game was like.
So okay, we're gonna do this again.
Monsters then, but-
We have the 2 spots left. Which of these games, and we'll bold the ones that we think that are arguably
So,
on
yeah.
the same level as Super Metroid, Super Mario World, and Link to the Past. Street Fighter 2
Yes,
Turbo,
100%.
So I would put Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo.
Super Street Fighter
Yeah.
2 Hyper
I
Fighting.
still got an
whatever it is.
asterisk in that versus again iconically. There's so many other. Well, let's keep going.
Yeah, just the thing is,
I'm
do
gonna
you
pull
think
the-
that there's a chance it really belongs on that list? I'm gonna say yes.
A chance, absolutely.
Donkey Kong Country,
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Yep.
Final Fantasy 3 or 6,
Yes.
whatever it is,
Or 2 even.
and Chrono
Three
Trigger.
was- Yeah.
Yes.
Super Mario Kart. I say no.
Yeah.
I say no.
You guys are crazy.
It's iconic, sure, but I don't. It's not going to hang in the
No,
top 5, but let's go ahead
Yeah,
and
I don't
say
think I
it's
wouldn't
iconic.
put Super Mario Kart along the ranks.
You guys
of
are ranking
Mario World and Link to the Past and
Mortal
whatever-
Kombat 2.
Ooh, Mortal Kombat. That's
No, that's a Genesis game, man. The
No,
Genesis
2
one
was
had blood.
2 was the big one where they was like, oh, actually the SNES version's better.
I mean, I think you're crazy for the first Mario Kart ever.
I'm back on
and
this one.
a ton of people were all over that. Like,
You
I
can
don't-
argue
I don't-
that it's more iconic though than, let's say, Chrono Trigger.
Then Street Fighter? I'll say Street Fighter even. Yeah.
Really?
Yes. I was a huge Street Fighter fan. I was just like, I don't know that I would associate Street Fighter 2 Turbo because that's a quality and a time hours played thing. Is what I'd say is different. I played so much of it, but like iconically, asking all of those Nintendo fans like what they remember on SNES, and what they would say was iconic. I don't know. Super Mario Kart's huge. I don't know why you guys don't feel that way. It's weird to me.
I mean, I think it's huge.
Yeah,
for sure.
it's-
It's
Yeah.
huge. I just think it doesn't even hit nearly the level that Mario Kart 64 did for its system.
Yeah, but it's irrelevant of that. Again,
Well,
you, guys,
I
are
understand
like,
that,
you guys
but-
keep bringing up these. I'll be honest. This is where we're getting the criteria. You're like, that's Genesis. What does that have to do with this list? It has nothing.
It has
Unless
so
it's
much
iconically.
to do with it, instantly identifiable in relation to. If you
Yes,
see a
but-
game and I think, oh, Genesis instead of Super Nintendo,
Yeah,
that defeats the purpose
I can
of
see that
what
argument
this
for
Yeah, but
list
I
on
feel
that.
like you're deep in your criteria there. I do get your point, but meaning Sonic, duh. Yes, I know why you're talking about Genesis. But when you're talking about, like, well, Mortal Kombat had blood and
But friend,
Genesis.
it's the same thing as like Call of Duty Modern Warfare. What do you associate that with? 360 or PlayStation 3?
Yeah, 360.
That's the point I'm
Which
making.
one?
I
It's like
understand.
there's games that you do associate one with one console or another, even if it's not exclusive.
I know what your point is. I'm just, I'm
But
thinking
even,
more
like-
about the system as a whole again, and I just, anyway.
I feel like even removing that criteria, I don't think Mortal Kombat makes the list of top 5 most iconic.
I would Street Fighter over it, but I like Street Fighter better.
Yeah,
so.
and that's my thing is I put Street Fighter over it, and I like
Well-
Mortal Kombat better.
Super Mario Kart probably won't make the list overall anyway, but like I had to make sure that it had its time in
Yeah.
the sun here, so I'd keep it on the potential.
There are
right?
like 2 other lists I think it's gonna make it on for sure.
Then Star Fox.
No.
I
Well,
think
let's
it's
wait a
similar.
generation for
Yeah,
that
I'm just
one.
saying that's gonna come back
Yeah,
around.
I brought that up because again, the FX.
It is
and
iconic for
everything.
sure,
It is
but
it's
not
very
top
iconic
five.
what it
I'm,
did.
I'm fucking wearing a Star Fox T-shirt. Like,
There we go.
Perfect.
Mega Man X.
yes.
Yes.
See,
I haven't
don't
played
know,
it, I can't
man.
speak to it.
I just don't know.
I've not even heard much about-
Iconically, again, I feel like we're getting into quality of
Oh
games.
wait, is Mega Man X
Really?
the one where you're playing as like Zero?
No,
No,
it's
that's
not
Mega
where
Man
you.
Zero.
Yeah, but you
It's where
meet
Zero
Zero.
debuts.
Dude, you would love Mega Man X. It's on Switch. You gotta play
You
it.
really think if you put a bunch of Nintendo fans, the most uninformed and the most informed, in a room, and like Mega Man X is going to come out,
I think
have
we put a-
stuff
that's
like
my thing.
I think we
Star
put a bunch of
Fox and
Nintendo
these
fans
other
in there.
games.
They'll say
I
5
think
Nintendo
so.
games, which
don't
is not
think
necessarily
so.
what we're doing.
I think
I
so.
don't think so at all. I think Final Fantasy makes the list before Mega Man X.
I mean,
100%.
I think Final Fantasy makes the list
agree.
too.
Yeah, but
I agree.
tier.
I
use
agree.
your words. Tier-wise, nobody's going to name Mega Man X before they want
I
to name
would.
Final
I
Fantasy
think
3.
a lot of people would, but I think
A
more
lot of
people
fans would.
I don't know.
more
I'm with-
people
I'm
would
with Fran
say
here.
Final
Global
Fantasy.
iconic mindset. Is
Like
what
I feel like I've not heard people talk about Mega Man X at least in that conversation of like most
So,
iconic.
Fran, your argument for Mega Man
Super Nintendo
2
games.
included the words, they made 8 more of those. But
That was not an argument. It was simply.
I'm just saying.
It was a little side dish to nibble on.
we're at Mega Man X8 at the moment.
I know
All
you're
right.
trying to turn that around on me, but no.
Super Castlevania 4.
I like
that
the game.
that
no.
and Contra, they're both great games. I don't
It's a
think.
great launch game. Like ActRaiser, also same
Oh,
place
yeah.
of like amazing launch game.
Oh yeah.
I don't know that I put it on that list.
And then Yoshi's Island. As much as I love it, I just don't. I don't.
It's one of the
think-
greatest games of all time. It's just
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll get to support the replace anything on that list.
Now, one more that I want to throw out there that I don't think actually makes the top 5 most iconic, but definitely makes the greatest single cartridge of all time. Super Mario All
I had that
Oh,
Oh,
written
I thought you were
down.
going to say
Yeah.
RPG.
I mean,
RPG's
But all
just
Stars.
RPG's good
I'd
too.
be willing to hear the argument for it.
I don't think there's an argument
No?
for it.
Yeah,
I
no,
think
it's just
the
a
game's
collection of great
great.
games.
It's so great, but it's just like when you're talking iconic, there's just Super Nintendo. Just it. That's
It
what
is.
it is.
I
It's
might-
an
Well, they
iconic
packaged
game.
it at the the end of its life cycle as well.
Yeah,
that
that's when I
everyone
got
got
mine.
it.
I mean, I might put All Stars over like Donkey Kong. Super Mario All Stars is incredible. Super Mario All
It's
Stars.
not as iconic. For
I
sure.
actually think it is, but I think despite the criteria, it would be hard if people knew there was a list of more than one. They'd already have named like several
Yeah.
Marios, and they'd probably be like, "Well,
I think
that's
all
just a
those individual
compilation."
games are for sure iconic, just not
But like
necessarily that package.
All Stars remade them though. Like
I think
the
all,
work that cartridge put into actually making those games come back around and make them like I'm not gonna say make them
HD,
more interesting
but
because
for
they're
that.
already like those games are already perfect, but bring them back and yeah, quote unquote like I guess HD or whatever you want to call it. I remember playing that cartridge at my friend's house and being like, yo, these games are amazing. That was my first actual like interaction with those original Mario games. And I feel like that cartridge is probably like a lot of people's first interaction with those original Mario games.
Yeah.
I remember that first commercial, like with the magician going like, "Here's 5 games the SNES and 0 games the Genesis." I'm like, yeah, that's a good point.
That is a good point.
Magician's making a good point.
yeah, I think it's still just in.
Making a good point.
But, you know, I think just inherently, even then, people knew it was this compilation of stuff, and I feel like they would know Super Mario World before. Regardless, they'd
Yeah.
be like, "Oh, well, Super Mario World would be the first off the tip of their tongue." Regardless, you know.
Yeah,
That-
compilations can be iconic to the system, but
Sure.
I still agree. I feel like this one's it's close, but no cigar with Mario All Stars.
No cigar.
All right, so the list
Where's that put us?
that we have. Hold on, I'm
Super
gonna-
Mario Kart.
I took that. No. The ones that are, so we have Super Metroid, Super Mario World, and Link to the Past locked.
Boom.
So we have 2 spots left between these 5.
Okay.
Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Donkey Kong Country, Final Fantasy 3, Chrono Trigger, and Mega Man X.
Donkey Kong Country
really
for sure.
fucking hard.
This is
Donkey Kong
impossibly
Country.
hard.
Donkey Kong
And
Country
Final
and Super
Fantasy
Street
3.
Fighter 2 Turbo.
Donkey Kong Country and Final Fantasy 3.
I think Donkey Kong Country.
Yeah, Donkey Kong Country for
feel like-
sure.
Imran, do we all agree on this one?
Yes.
Okay, so
Like,
Donkey
think
Kong
about the
Country gets in
graphics.
there.
That's the problem. Is that like I don't want to
Pretty
argue
crazy.
against any.
The
of
graphics
these.
are amazing in Donkey Kong Country.
They're-
They're like 3D. They're like 3D
talking about?
graphics, but pixels.
Yeah.
I don't know. I never
They were-
vibed with the art style of those games.
They were
dare
really
you.
cool to see.
How
at different times.
Everybody
Go into the
Dare
other
you.
room, grab your Donkey Kong 64 cartridge, and toss it out the window.
Yeah, everybody.
No,
You don't
because-
even
and then
deserve-
go
you don't
downstairs,
deserve that
get it,
cartridge.
shove it somewhere. You know what I mean?
No.
2 looked great.
Everybody.
I'm just saying, man. Art style was fun.
I would argue that is exactly what made it iconic. Like everybody
Yeah.
remembers. You're like, what? Like
This-
it's
these-
3D.
yeah.
And it wasn't right.
Yeah.
And
There was that weird time where they were like, let's make sprites out of SGI graphics and like Clay Fighter and shit like that came out of it. And remember
Yeah.
Clay Fighter? Remember that thing?
Sure.
Remember that
But
piece of
Donkey Kong
shit?
Country, like it caught so much.
So we
attention
have
because of
one more spot for most iconic Super Nintendo games: Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Final Fantasy 3, Chrono Trigger, or Mega Man X.
Super Mario All Stars.
4-way tie.
What is that?
4-way tie. I can't like choose.
I know.
between them.
I mean, honestly, it
Still
is
Final
it is
Fantasy.
a 4-way tie, but I think
Final
looking at
Fantasy
this
3
list,
for me.
it's Final Fantasy 3.
Tim
yeah,
knows. See,
you
Tim
can make
knows.
you can make the argument Street Fighter is more an arcade thing than an SNES thing.
And like I said, I think it is an arcade thing, but I also think that it had such a home as like you can take that experience that's so popular in the arcades home, and like people fucking loved that with the multiplayer and all that. But Final
Yeah,
Fantasy
it's
3, man.
memorable but iconic. Big difference.
I'm gonna go Final Fantasy as well.
Bless.
Oh, I can go Final Fantasy. Like I would say Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo.
I remember the
Well,
weight.
I'm like
Leave your vote. Let's see where it lands out.
remember the weight
I
in
vote
my
Final
hand
Fantasy
of picking that Final
Yeah,
Fantasy
I'm-
3 cartridge up.
I'm going Street Fighter,
it
but
was insane.
I understand the argument for Final Fantasy, and I'm not gonna like go hard against it. I think that's reasonable.
So the list is Super Metroid, Super Mario World, Link to the Past, Donkey Kong Country, and Final Fantasy 3. That's a fucking list.
Yes.
Yeah, I was just gonna note if you had any worries about Final Fantasy 3, I would argue, and I feel like 3 was just so. That was the one that started to transcend like everywhere across the globe. That everybody started talking Final Fantasy. I
mean,
I feel like that's what happened
That
and why
like
it's deserving.
we credit 7 with being the beginning of the JRPG boom in America.
Yeah.
Like, but 6 seeded the ground quite a bit.
Yeah,
Big time.
totally. Moving on to the end.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, I'm so excited.
All right.
My first
Right.
job.
Mario 64,
Yep.
Ocarina of Time.
Yes,
sure.
easy.
Boom and
Those
done.
are
Those
like
are the two
the
obvious
two
ones.
obvious ones.
No, we all have to get listed up of like N64 games.
But that's the thing. Like to throw out there to start this list growing a little bit.
You got to put Super
I'm
Mario
gonna say
64. Just put it on the list and get it done.
Mario 64 and Ocarina are on the list.
Oh yeah, you got
Yeah.
both.
Yeah, easy.
Sorry,
But
did
just
you say
moving
that?
on to like get some here to start calling later. GoldenEye.
Yeah, GoldenEye
Yes.
was gonna be
Yes.
the next one.
Yeah.
Yep,
Can we
that
just
was
But
on my list.
Perfect Dark.
Can we just play the Buck
Nah.
Bumble theme?
Perfect Dark's not gonna hang, but we can type it down.
Like, just play the opening to Buck Bumble. That's all. I
Star
want.
Fox.
Buck Bumble.
Yes. Star Fox.
I'm gonna throw one out there that might give me some looks, but Pokemon Stadium.
Yeah, maybe. Sure.
I think
Smash
it
Brothers.
deserves a shout out. I don't think it hangs at all.
Yeah, it deserves a shout out for
For
sure.
sure.
Smash Brothers, obviously.
You wanna know?
Mario Kart 64.
The real.
Right,
Oh, that's
Pokemon
got to
game.
be a lock. Mario Kart.
Yeah, that might be a
64.
lock. Mario Party.
The
No
real
comment-
Pokemon game that deserves the shout. I just got to get
Pokemon-
it out of my
Get it
system.
there.
Yeah,
Go for it,
go for it.
Fran.
Pokemon Puzzle
Hey,
League,
you
Hell
baby.
Pikachu.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
Look at this
Puzzle League
snap.
is
That's
dope.
not iconic.
How did
but
none,
holy
neither of
crap.
you say Snap? There?
Yeah, Snap. Pokemon Snap is in the conversation.
Dude, that was in like hotel rooms. As
Snap or
like,
Puzzle League?
Snap. I wish Puzzle League
Puzzle
was.
League's so good.
Dude, Puzzle League is great. I feel
That
like
was
for
a big
me,
deal.
Puzzle League is
Puzzle
probably the
League
superior.
is legit.
superior
Quality
game.
aside, Turok.
Sure.
That's interesting.
Anybody say Wave Race yet?
Oh yeah, that's a good one. I didn't
The
write that
water
down. That's a
effects,
real
man.
good
Y'all
one.
motherfuckers, I'm just going to do it. Cruising USA.
Oh my God!
why-
This guy had to bring up
Yo.
this arcade argument, and all he keeps throwing out are arcade games.
I mean,
On all
you're
these
right.
lists.
You're right that it is tied more to arcade.
I mean,
Killer Instinct. if
while
we're
we're
going
on
that
this,
route.
while we're on this train of putting things that aren't going to make it, snowboard kids.
Yeah.
No.
No.
It's not going to make it, but I just want to say the
Just
words.
want to say those words
Yeah.
together.
Diddy Kong Racing probably isn't going to make it, but I feel like it's in the conversation more so
Yeah,
than
it
like.
Oh,
I'll
wait.
make
We're
it.
fucking up. Banjo Kazooie.
Oh yeah, Banjo Kazooie. Oh
Yep,
yeah,
I
we
was
might
gonna
be
say
able to
Banjo,
extend it
and you already
here.
said Smash, right?
Yeah.
Episode 1 Racer.
Oh yeah,
Ooh,
baby.
Yeah,
man.
arguable, but this is the important one. And since Greg's not here either, which WWE game are we putting on this?
Oh, No
list?
Mercy.
Mercy.
No Mercy, yeah.
Yeah, probably No Mercy.
Did I already say Mario Party?
Yeah, you did.
Did you?
But if it's not there, then it should be
Was
there.
that 3? Would
It's
we
not on
Mario
here.
Party 3?
1
Is
through
that-
3.
Yeah, I would say 2.
2.
Yeah, 2 is probably the one that people.
Two's
like
when it picked up most steam.
And is that the one where is he a cowboy in the front of that?
I think that
Yes.
was 3.
Oh, that
No,
was
2 was
3.
the cowboy.
Was it
remember the covers.
on the cartridge?
I'm pretty sure. It was the cowboy map and the wizard map.
I'm looking it up.
Oh, you might be right.
Oh,
Yeah, 2's the one.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
it
2.
is the one
About
with the cowboy.
1080.
Wow.
1080 or not
Oh,
1080
1080
snowboarding.
Yeah.
I was gonna say 1080p snowboarding.
Oh shit, Tony Hawk.
That's
I wish it was.
See, Tony Hawk's
That's
PlayStation.
PlayStation.
Yeah, that's PlayStation.
Even though I first
Absolutely.
played Tony Hawk's Pro Skater on
Yeah,
N64.
I associate with N64, so.
So wait, where's that put us right
It
now?
puts us in a lot, but like looking
We
at it,
still
there's a
have
lot
more.
that's going to get cut.
Jet is pointing out Majora's Mask as well.
Oh yeah.
sure.
I don't know about iconic.
I don't know if it hangs. I think it's like one of those tier 2, tier 3 iconic games, but
Iconic,
top 5, yeah.
I gave it a 9.9, I think.
Wow. Too cowardly to
Dude,
give it a
that's so
10.
close.
What's with you and .9?
Might have been
Fran?
a point 8. But that could have been the first one.
Did we put Perfect Dark on there already?
It's on there.
Okay.
And you already got Mario Kart 64, right?
Yes.
Rocket Robot on wheels.
Heck
don't,
yeah.
Don't even type it.
I don't necessarily think it's a good
No,
game.
it's not
but
iconic
Shadows
at
of the,
all, but-
Shadows of the Empire.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck, yeah.
I remember buying it and being so disappointed. But the hype was huge.
Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Yeah.
That game exists.
What? Game's good.
Let's see.
I
I feel like we're missing a couple, like-
Pilot Wings?
Yeah.
Oh, I
It's one of 2
It's
launch
pretty
games.
iconic.
it's
I mean, that was.
it's
yeah,
not
like-
it's not gonna hang, but it's worth mentioning.
What were you going to say,
F-Zero.
Tim?
Rogue
Oh,
Squadron?
we didn't even mention F-Zero. Or
I
SNES?
thought,
first,
I
first,
thought
but
about
yeah,
it.
it's
It
No.
wasn't going to.
it's not with
the
that, those
others.
top
Yeah.
5.
So what?
Did we say Mario Kart 64?
I'm just gonna say
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Jet Force Gemini just to say it, but it's not gonna hang.
It will not. Yeah.
No,
That was a hot mess.
Mickey's Speedway or whatever it's called.
Lord.
The other rare
Beetle
racing
Adventure Racing. Fantastic.
Dude,
game.
that game was so much fun.
Yeah, but no.
So much fun. Turok was an interesting ad, Imran, because I would have written it off first, but man, that was yeah.
It's certainly iconic.
007, The World Is Not Enough.
Oh, God, fuck.
I love
no,
that game.
dude.
See, yeah, this is again.
That game was
like,
great. It
In the
just
spirit of
didn't-
like these are must-haves, where this is gonna go pretty fast.
This is gonna go
Like
pretty
What
fast.
it's gonna be GoldenEye, right? Ocarina of Time, Mario Kart 64, Super
Mario
Mario
64,
64. You're
Banjo-Kazooie.
already at 4.
Yeah.
And
Banjo
then
Kazooie's
one
for
spot.
sure on there too.
Doom 64?
Paper Mario.
Paper
Yeah,
Mario.
sure.
Paper Mario's dope,
64.
Yeah.
but
Yeah, we're going to get
One
to
of the
it, I
best
think.
games on there for sure.
yeah. All right. I think we're in a good place to start.
Yeah.
Going down.
So go ahead and
Let's,
separate.
we're gonna go down and we're gonna bold the ones that were like that definitely has a shot.
Yes.
GoldenEye,
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect Dark.
No.
No.
I love it, but
Yeah,
GoldenEye
like that's
takes
one of those ones where my
precedence.
GoldenEye takes it, and they both don't deserve to be
perfect.
there.
Yeah.
Star Fox 64.
Yes.
Yes. Pokemon Stadium.
Yeah.
I wish, but I don't think.
I
it's gonna
love
hang.
it.
Yeah.
I love it, but it's just
It's informative.
Those mini games I feel like are iconic.
lick a tongue, dude. Lick a tongue
Dude,
sushi.
yeah, the Lick a Tongue Sushi. The
I was
what-
thinking about that
what are you-
yesterday, actually.
Me too, actually.
Weirdly-
What the F's?
Maybe there was a tweet or something. 'cause
Yeah,
I
wasn't it a
remember.
tweet?
I remember recently thinking about Pokemon
What weird
Stadium mini
forum are you
games.
guys on?
Oh man, let me tell you.
The Lickitung fan forum.
Yeah.
Smash Brothers.
Uh,
I'm gonna
Not
say
worth
yes.
It has a
That's
shot.
but not
It has a shot.
iconic.
It
It
has
has
a
a shot.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mario Kart 64.
Yes.
Yes.
Heck yes.
Pokemon Puzzle League.
No.
Nah.
No.
Unfortunately,
Pokemon
such a
Snap.
game.
No.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm
maybe.
gonna say yeah.
More
Really?
so absolutely than Stadium.
Then Stadium. Well,
Yeah.
I guess yeah. I can see
Everybody
that.
When Snap
just
came
knew
out on the
about
Wii
Snap.
VC, people were like, "Hell yeah, finally!"
Yeah.
That was the first like Pokemon Go practically.
Turok.
Oh,
Turok,
yeah,
I feel like
creeping
is
around
close,
the
but
camera.
like it's
Turok
not.
is
Yeah.
no, it's not.
It's not going to hang in that top 5.
Wave Race,
It won't.
Great,
No.
but
So good.
Cruising USA.
That water
Okay.
race looked incredible.
Okay. Okay. Do
Cruising
you remember the
USA.
announcer? That's my favorite part of that game.
for a second I was like, "What's
okay.
Frank
Wait,
doing?"
oh, drop.
Okay.
What about Mario Golf, Mario Tennis?
The Camelot
Ooh,
game.
Mario Golf. That,
Oh fuck.
that actually, that's a good ad.
I would put tennis over golf too.
I would put golf.
Mario
over
Tennis is
yeah.
great.
I like both of those games. I don't know that they're most iconic.
Yeah, I
And
don't think
I
they
don't know
make
if they're gonna
this
hang.
final list. Killer Instinct. No.
No,
Snowboard Kids.
No.
Diddy Kong Racing.
it's
This is the
It's-
last section.
yeah. This is tier 2. I don't think that's tier 1.
Banjo Kazooie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Star Wars Episode 1 Racer.
No.
WF No Mercy.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
If episode
Yeah.
1 racing
give it-
isn't making it,
I'm sorry.
I wouldn't put No
WWE
Mercy
was-
above episode 1 racing.
They
No
both
way.
voted, so I'm putting it there. There's no way this makes
There's
top
no
five.
way.
Yeah, but there was not as good a wrestling game until then, and there hasn't been as good a wrestling game since
There wasn't
then.
as good of a Star Wars racing game before episode 1 Racer. and
Hey,
there's not
Racer's
been-
Revenge, not that bad.
No?
On PlayStation 2.
I take it back.
Mario Party 2.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Forgetting about
Majora's Mask. I don't think it's gonna make it.
Not
I think it just
iconic.
came out so late in the system's life cycle that it's hard to say it's iconic with it.
And it's
But
hard
it's
to be
only
like,
2
we're going to
years
put
after.
Ocarina and Majora's on the list. I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, exactly. 1080 snowboarding.
No.
No.
Shadows of the Empire.
No.
Conquer's Bad Fur Day.
No.
No.
Pilot Wings.
No.
Maybe. Again, only iconic because it was a launch game, but it won't hang with the
Yeah.
5.
You can't be an iconic game for being on the launch of the N64.
It was
if
two
you're
games.
not Mario
It
64.
was two video games. That was the entire launch.
Dude, Toys R Us is what made Mario Kart.
The Artisan.
Pilot
I mean,
Wings
Mario's
and
64.
then Jet Force Gemini.
No.
No.
So okay,
What are we
let's-
doing?
Even, even though it's one of the best
Definitely.
the
games.
culling begins.
Wow, that list got really bad as we started going.
Hey,
not
don't
bad,
you
but
dare.
like
Jet
as-
Force Gemini,
As certain things that are passing on.
one of the early great third-person shooters of our
I
time.
wanted it to be so good.
the weird bug-eyed.
We have two locks right now:
They're literally bug people.
They changed the art style.
Super Mario 64, Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
So
Done
we
and
have
done.
3 open spots for 8 games.
Okay, let's just argue about GoldenEye now. What do you think?
GoldenEye's in.
There you go. See,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't see. I suspected nobody would argue against it.
So GoldenEye. Star Fox 64.
Yes.
I think
Possibly.
it's in there.
I'm not sold, but
But
I
wait,
could be.
I mean, I'm still thinking about
Star
Mario
Fox
Kart
64, dude. The Rumble Pack, the voices, like so many iconic lines of do a barrel roll. It's like it's the whole package. The multiplayer was shitty, but everyone played it.
And more to the point, it's just associated with the N64 more than like any other game. To the point where every single Star Fox game since then has been like, what if we just did this game over again?
Yeah, and just do it worse somehow. Damn time.
I'm just thinking about all the other games. And
Yeah,
for
I gotta-
me,
I
that
gotta hear
Mario
the names of the
64 is
other-
making the list for
All right,
me,
we'll,
and then
we'll keep it as a maybe there. Smash Brothers. I'm gonna say like comparing it to Star Fox 64.
no.
It's the weakest Smash Brothers game.
How dare you?
It is.
I mean, you're not wrong, but how dare you?
Yeah.
How dare you put
Yeah,
it
I
in
mean,
that
people didn't know-
context?
Obviously,
didn't
to
get
me,
big
Smash
until-
Brothers was like my fucking life, and like I do
That-
associate it so much. with
That's
it.
me too. I played it on the N64,
Oh yeah.
and I played it hard.
Yeah, no, I played the hell out of that game. It just when I think about that,
And I would put it. I mean, I personally put it over Star Fox.
if you gave me a list of every Smash Brothers game to play, it would be maybe last or second to last.
Yeah, but I feel like that's just because I feel like
Yeah,
you could make.
it-
I feel like I could make that argument for Star Fox if they made a good Star Fox game after Star Fox
That's the
64.
kind of thing
But
that-
I feel
that's
like that
worked in
does,
Star
I
Fox's
feel like that
favor.
doesn't then make it more iconic than Super Smash Brothers 64.
Yeah, actually, Super Smash Brothers 64. Now I'm thinking about it.
Yeah,
It hit really hard
Like,
towards
that was-
the end.
That
of
was the
life cycle.
first crossover of that kind for Nintendo, and we all remember that commercial where they're all fighting on
dude,
the
these
grass.
are some solid
I'd
points
argue
being
for
made.
it.
I'm gonna argue for it. Mario
Yeah, the
Kart
commercial
64.
was so good.
Yes.
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 Pokemon Snap. I think it gets the
Nah.
cut at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a top 10 list, it would be for
Pokemon
sure.
was always like portable, you know.
Mario Party 2. I feel like if it comes down to Smash, Mario Kart, and Mario Party's not making the cut.
Yeah, it's
I
such
think
a
over Smash 64, honestly.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's definitely not over Mario Kart.
do you guys
WF No
think?
Mercy.
It's
I would
getting
put
cut.
that over all those other games, honestly.
What?
What?
You're
Yes.
crazy.
Y'all are wild.
You would put that as one of the most iconic games over all of the other games
No
on the
mercy.
Nintendo 64.
No, not all those other
Oh,
N64
okay.
games. All the other, like, the Mario Kart, Smash, Mario Party.
No,
Oh, no.
absolutely not.
Crazy.
Absolutely not.
Crazy.
Fran?
I mean, I understand the argument, but I think people would have trouble remembering even what it was called, No Mercy. Like, they'd remember WB, they'd be like, yeah, but if first off top of their head, all those other ones would probably make the list beforehand.
If I'm outvoted, I'm outvoted, but I think that is one that I would keep
I
on
played
there
the
for
crap out of all
most
of those.
iconic.
Fran, it's like we're voting that it's not on the list. What do you say?
First, the others, no, it's not going to
Okay.
make my list.
So then Banjo Kazooie.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is the most iconic, y'all.
I don't think it hangs.
I know
with the
that's
top
the thing is
five.
Banjo
it's
Kazooie on
so
an
close.
N64 iconic list.
Yes.
But the,
It's on there.
I
Only
think
'cause
it's
we're
like
getting
6
so-
or 7. You know.
I don't know.
Like Banjo Kazooie, I might even put up there. I'll put up there above Smash Brothers, even though Smash Brothers is like
for iconic.
higher on my favorite game list. Like Smash Brothers, I think is a. Actually, I don't even know if I'd say it's a better game, but Banjo-Kazooie is definitely more iconic.
This is like when I'm
the
arguing for
first Smash
Castlevania.
Brothers.
though.
I
It's
don't
like,
think so.
This is the thing that was really important to me for that first system.
Yeah, like Smash Brothers was way more important to me than Banjo-Kazooie. I only played Banjo-Kazooie for the first time in 2016, but I remember at the time, I remember being a kid and being like, and my friends talking about Banjo-Kazooie at school, and me being like, this game with the bear, and then I go home and play Donkey Kong 64, and I'm like,
game with the
yeah.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. There are 5 games on the list. We're going to each go around the table. Each one of us needs to pick the 2 that we think belong.
Tim,
And
can I throw one out there that someone brought it in the chat?
Go for it.
Because even though it's one of the worst games of all time,
Superman 64?
Superman 64.
Nah.
No.
Dude,
Not iconic enough.
That's, I mean, it's
iconic.
It's in the
It's
conversation.
infamous, that's the
Yeah.
right
I
word.
don't even know
But-
if I'd say it's in the conversation.
I think it is
I
because
think
it is
it
so
absolutely
tied,
is.
but like not on
when you're
this
talking
level.
about when you're talking about games that are
fair.
so bad that they're iconic for the console, I'm looking at ET. Like ET is part of
Yeah,
that.
And I
conversation
think
in
no,
top
I,
five.
and I think Superman 64 is like
But Superman
number
64
2.
didn't affect the N64. Like Superman 64 came out, I didn't know that was a bad game until I like grew up and I
Yeah.
looked on YouTube videos like top 10 worst games of all time that I learned about Superman 64.
Yeah.
Like that wasn't a conversation I was having with my friends.
We literally have a copy of No Mercy
Tim,
behind
right
us.
behind your head is No
Yes.
Mercy.
Yeah.
It's just funny.
That's because Greg Miller works here.
All right,
I know.
so
Get
here's
Greg
the thing.
in here, back.
Here's the thing. We're going around the table. Out of these 5 games, you need to pick the 2 that you think make the list. Star Fox 64, Super Smash Brothers, Mario Kart 64, Banjo-Kazooie, Mario Party 2.
Okay.
That's easy.
I forgot what the other 4 were, but if I'm choosing from that list,
The other are Mario 64, Ocarina of Time, GoldenEye. So you're picking
Oh,
the
right,
2
right,
more
right.
to fill out that list.
yeah, it was Mario Kart 64 and Super Smash Brothers for me.
Oh, hold on one sec. I'm going Star Fox 64, Mario Kart.
Ooh, no
I'm going Mario
Smash
Kart
love,
64.
Timmy.
Mario Kart 64 or Banjo-Kazooie.
It's funny. This is the Iowa caucus thing, and we all had the same second choice. It's Mario Kart 64 for my second choice, actually, and Star Fox my first.
You're ranking them.
Okay, so Mario Kart 64 is for sure on there.
So it's Mario Kart and Star Fox.
That's the overlap.
Yep. We all say Mario Kart, so that definitely made the list.
Who were
and
the-
then Star Fox 64 was from both of us.
Gotcha.
So-
Star
that was
Fox
the only
over
other double.
Banjo-Kazooie?
Star Fox over Banjo and Star
Oh,
Fox over
definitely,
Smash.
man.
Really?
I love Banjo, dude. Like, I just
know.
feel like global fans around the world.
Y'all weren't a
Informed-
kid when I was a kid.
I remember,
Yeah, that's the thing, though,
informed
like-
and uninformed people are making this list.
That is going to shape the list. Is that we're
don't
going
think
to
they're
have
gonna
different
remember
levels of
Banjo.
nostalgia for certain things.
I don't
I
even,
mean,
have,
the-
I don't even have nostalgia for
I
Banjo-Kazooie.
feel like the top 10 for N64 is really easy.
Yeah.
The top 5 does get just difficult. But again, I feel like once we make the list, it starts looking so much more like, all right, I buy it.
Obviously.
Mario 3, Mario 1, Duck Hunt, Legend of Zelda, Mega Man 2. That's the Nintendo. Super Metroid, Mario World, Link to the Past, Donkey Kong Country, Final Fantasy 3. That's the Super Nintendo. Super Mario 64, Zelda Ocarina of Time, GoldenEye, Star Fox 64, Mario Kart 64. That's the N64,
Good
dude.
list.
Solid list.
It'd even be more than
Solid
N64 if
list.
Banjo-Kazooie was on there. I'm just saying.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we move on, let me tell you about our sponsors. Now, Fran, it's GameCube time.
Woo, man.
Mario Kart Double Dash.
We'll see. The GameCube was
what?
very
Get out of here.
GameCube was very
That's what we'll see.
But
for
it
me.
is a Wilson.
GameCube was very
Yes,
interesting because I feel like that's when Nintendo got really weird, and I feel like you can make a lot of different arguments for a lot of different franchises in ways that like I don't think a Mario game is for sure on this list. I don't
Well,
think.
yeah, the Mario game kind of sucked for.
Yeah,
I'm gonna-
that's,
I'm gonna
that's
put
the thing,
Mario
but, like,
Sunshine
Sunshine was
as-
actually a great game, but
It was
had
I agree
adequate.
with you.
Yeah,
It was
but even like
adequate.
the like I
reviewed
feel like
it.
for previous consoles, the Zelda game is like the number one pick, whereas here like the Zelda game might make it, but I don't think it's the like easy number one the way that Legend of Zelda, Super or Link to the Past,
Yeah, they're not
and
easy.
Ocarina
You're
of
right.
Time.
Well, like,
are-
The
are
one that is
easy.
easy is Super
Metroid
Smash Brothers
Prime.
Melee.
Oh,
Yes.
Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah, actually, and you're right.
And
Prime.
Metroid Prime, yeah.
But Super Smash Brothers Melee, I just can't imagine anybody would be like, no, that's not
Yeah.
on the list.
Yeah.
Has to be.
Animal
That's your number
Crossing.
Or maybe.
Pikmin.
We should have put
Pikmin.
Animal Crossing
Pikmin.
on the N64 list.
But no one played on it before.
Luigi's Mansion. I'm gonna put there.
Soul Calibur 2.
Ooh.
Not
I said
iconic
it.
at all.
Holy
Nope.
shit. That is a fantastic,
Yeah.
fantastic
What?
choice.
Y'all
We should also
crazy.
just take a
Soul Calibur
It's
2?
so associated with GameCube. And the fact that it was on 3 systems and everyone wanted the Nintendo
Yeah,
one.
that was the one that made me go like, dang it, like I got the
Of
wrong
course,
buy a
because you got
yeah.
to play as Link, but that Link's iconic, not Soul Calibur 2.
What? Wait, what?
Yeah.
Soul Calibur 2 isn't iconic?
Not on
Fran, you're super
GameCube.
wrong. You're super
Okay.
wrong here.
You are crazy.
I think you're wrong.
You go play
I
Dreamcast
had
or
the-
whatever with Soul Calibur.
I had
sure,
with the Soul Calibur. Well, I had PS2 Soul Calibur. And
Dreamcast or
I was
whatever.
upset that I got Heihachi.
Yeah, Heihachi,
Yeah, and I was like, this game is excellent. It's one of my favorite fighting games of all time, and it'd be just a bit better if I had Link
That's just
instead of Heihachi. Then I played the game with Link in it. Then I played the GameCube version, and I was like, this is a perfect video
Out
game.
of
This is a
all-
10 out of 10
This is a
video
perfect
game.
all the
video
other
game.
GameCube games. Like I understand where it's
Like,
coming from,
yeah.
but I just think you're crazy compared to everything else that's out there. Like
I mean,
Eternal Darkness.
I don't know if
like,
it-
way
well,
more
no.
iconic.
It's
than
way more
Soul
iconic
Calibur
than
2.
Eternal
Soul
No,
Calibur
you're
2 is way
crazy.
above Eternal Darkness.
Nobody's gonna
said
tie
like,
that.
You're right, Fran. If you
Nobody
said,
would tie that to GameCube. I'm sorry.
if you said, wait, nobody would.
What?
Soul Calibur 2?
Somebody
Yes.
put a fucking poll out right now on Twitter.
Wait, what?
If you said
not-
Mario Sunshine, they're like, okay, yeah, good point.
What,
Or if you're
what
like
was
Smash
just said? What
Fair
was
Fran,
point.
you guys are
Eternal
saying-
Darkness?
You are super wrong here.
The fact that
Eternal
you bring this up
Darkness?
is such a like
What
most
poll
hours
am I putting up?
played or like I don't even know, but like out of
What?
Hey.
Yeah,
What
well, I don't
version
even know
of-
what the.
I feel like you guys are going
What is
back
the
to my
version
favorite
of
games
Soul
or whatever.
Calibur?
No,
No.
it's actually true.
It's iconic. It's people tied up. It's people that bought the game.
Like, I'm weirded out that you don't think it's.
I just don't. But that's
Like, I don't know it's in the top 5, but I think it's definitely like.
I just
Yeah.
would tie
Your
Soul
argument's
Calibur 2
strange.
to so many other,
Hey, so the words perfect video game reduced there. Want to put the actual perfect video game? Resident Evil 4.
Oh, yeah, that's what I
Oh,
was saying.
yeah. You guys got Wind Waker on there?
Yep.
Cool.
Well, I just put it there.
I love that's the one that shook things up. Soul Calibur.
Oh, 1,000 Year Door. Paper
Oh, yeah,
Mario.
that was about the last one on my list.
Paper Mario, yeah. You
Eternal
did throw out
Darkness.
Eternal Darkness, right?
It's on
Yes.
the
What, are you
list.
crazy?
It's not going to make
It's not
it.
going to make it.
That's you guys'
It's a great game, but no way.
I'm just,
Like Super Mario Strikers, great game. It's not going to make this list.
Oh, yeah, that's a great game.
don't compare Eternal Darkness to Super Mario Strikers.
For
How
iconic, we're
dare
talking about
you.
iconic. If I go out on the street and ask anybody, like, oh, do you know Super Mario Strikers
Who
or do
am
you know
I in
Eternal
the room
Darkness?
with right
They're going to
now?
tell me, well,
By the way, bless
how many people are going to say
I
Super
honestly
Mario?
think it's crazy.
We need to channel the angry reg voice and this is what
Oh,
you need.
yeah, because I'm sweating right now.
I love this.
This is such a weird thing for me.
What
that you say
GameCube
that.
games are we missing here? Like,
We're probably a ton. What do we associate Prince of Persia with?
see, I go Xbox.
I'd go either way. I mean, I loved it on GameCube. Again,
I
something
feel
I
like
just would never
it's too
associate.
agnostic that I think it kind of muddles the message.
What
a
about
bit.
Beyond Good and Evil?
I associate that with GameCube, but I
Wait,
also
did you guys
feel
get
like it's a
Rogue Squadron on here.
Oh, Rogue Squadron's a
we've
good
got
one.
Rogue Squadron. Which one?
2.
Probably. I just think the first one.
The
because
launch
it was so
game.
iconic.
Well, first one was N64.
Yeah, the
Oh,
launch.
sorry.
So Rogue Squadron 2 was the launch game, right?
What was the
Yeah.
subtitle again?
It's not gonna hang. I
The
just
Rogue
want to.
Leader?
I just want to shout it out. Beautiful Joe.
Yeah,
Oh,
Rogue Leader.
Beautiful Joe
Yeah,
was good.
Beautiful Joe. Totally.
Bring it back.
Not iconic, but amazing.
Yeah,
but we had
I'll
Metroid
put it there
Prime
for,
on there.
for the conversation.
I'm going to say these words, and I might get laughed out the
Get them
room.
out
Go for
there,
it.
dude.
Twilight Princess. And
No.
it's a weird one
I
because
wouldn't
it's
associate
it with
it's-
GameCube.
it's-
That's a Wii game.
Yeah.
The GameCube
Okay.
version actually came out after the Wii version.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trust
No,
me.
we're gonna have-
Trust me. I made a 4-hour video project on Zelda. I
That's
did this
wild.
research
I didn't know
and
that.
it's
I
We're
think
about to
around the
have
same time.
a very
It's
similar
so
argument
weird.
about 2 consoles from now. So,
Yeah.
but
It
I,
came out like 13 days after the Wii version, and it's just like the weirdest. But I get it because they probably wanted
I mean,
to sell more
I
Wiis.
played it on Wii.
Yeah.
And I really
No
liked
one
the Wii version.
associates it with GameCube. They
Yeah.
associate
Okay,
it with
that's
the
fair.
launch
What
of the Wii.
about Tales of Symphonia?
No,
I think it's iconic.
I mean-
yeah, but I feel like that's a little too niche. Where it's like, I agree with you, fantastic game, and everybody loves it, but like, it's not gonna.
F-Zero GX.
I want it
I
on the
wish
list
that
because
was
it
iconic.
belongs.
I played
man.
the
That
arcade
story
version
mode.
a couple weeks
I
ago.
saw.
Holy shit, that thing is amazing.
It's amazing.
Like
That
the
was
seat moves. I was like,
Triforce
yeah,
chip.
the Sega Namco Nintendo
Yeah.
thing. Resident Evil remake.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's funny that I wanted to like throw that out, but I'm like, everybody's just gonna think PlayStation for Resident Evil
Remake,
the
I
first
think
one,
it's
but the
very-
remake was pretty
Yeah.
iconic nonetheless. I do think
Metal
it's,
Gear Solid Twin Sticks.
Twin Snakes.
Yeah, sure.
I would put it on iconic list. Sure.
I just think we have a pretty solid.
Yeah, we have a
5
pretty
to 7 already.
We have a pretty solid list.
Are we putting 1 or 2 for Metroid Prime? I'm gonna say 1.
One.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, cool. We have a good list to go off of here.
One less game.
Shout out to Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, my favorite. Fire
Yeah, my
Emblem
favorite
game.
Fire Emblem too.
All right. Mario Kart Double Dash. Do we think it has to be on the list?
Fran.
I don't necessarily think it does.
What game? I'm sorry.
Mario Kart.
Compared to all these other ones, nah.
Yeah.
Honestly, like it's probably my least favorite Mario Kart. Like second least favorite.
Whoa.
Yeah, I don't think
you.
Mario Kart becomes iconic again until honestly Mario Kart 8.
Yeah.
What? Are you kidding
I
me?
think you're-
Are you kidding
No.
me? Mario Kart Wii?
We did.
Yeah,
Wii was a
Oh,
revolution.
yeah, that's true.
The Wii-
Wii might be
Absolutely.
number 2 on
Are
the
you
Wii.
version sold
you
30
just said
million
Mario
copies.
Kart Wii was a revolution?
Yes.
You're
Yes.
a fucking
It is one of the best
psycho.
selling games
Everybody
of all time.
dude, they had that game in my school. for
Dude,
some reason.
Everything on the Wii was a
This-
revolution because
the motion thingy,
20
man.
million extra people played the franchise for the first time is what happened.
Okay, maybe
Yeah.
I'm wrong in saying not
You're wrong.
iconic, but I do agree with the sentiment is that Mario Kart did not get good again until Mario Kart 8.
Yeah.
Mario Kart Wii
Mario,
was
maybe
good.
Mario
I'd
Kart
say
7.
DS is really good.
Yeah, 3DS is good.
But also, I don't think we necessarily have to cut Double Dash yet. I feel like you could like float around.
All right. Okay. I'll
I
let
feel
it.
like- I
Or
like-
we could just cut
I'll-
it.
I feel like
let it flow.
I feel like a lot of these games are going to be iffy.
Me too.
I think Double Dash is good.
GameCube
It's
Mario.
funny that I feel like GameCube so far has the least has
Yeah,
to be there.
dude, that's what I'm saying is that
Yeah.
once you get to GameCube, it's like
Should
things
be a
get
fun
weird.
argument, though.
Yeah,
Super Mario Sunshine.
No,
I mean,
Yeah.
I think that's another
Absolutely.
floater.
it's not going
I
to be in
think
the
it's a
top
floater.
5.
I think it's another floater.
I feel like you guys are putting quality on this. Like, again, if people know 5 games on, well, I don't know. I see why you're bringing up some of these other
Like
third-party
Sunshine
games, I guess,
compared to
but,
all
like,
the other 3D Mario games is obscure.
It's also the only Mario game that never like ported or
feel like-
remade in any way.
if you ask someone like their like really fast shot, most iconic GameCube games, like Go, almost they always name
It's like-
Mario first in everything.
Because
I
like,
almost
that's
feel
the
like
obvious
Luigi's
thing you
Mansion
associate
might get
with
named
Nintendo.
before Sunshine.
I say we're keeping Sunshine for now.
yeah.
Okay.
Zelda Wind Waker,
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Art
give
style
Wind
alone
Waker,
makes it
definitely.
iconic for.
Metroid Prime,
Yes.
Definitely.
Smash Melee.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
The only definite it's on this list so far, I think, right?
I think
Yeah,
Prime is also a
Prime
definite.
ready
and
for
Prime
Resident
and
Evil
that
4.
are 2 definite.
Prime are in 4.
Yeah,
or
sorry.
4.
Prime and Melee. Can we make a motion that they're on the list?
Yes.
Please.
Cool. Then
RE4?
Animal Crossing.
Oh.
I think it gets the cut.
Yeah.
I think it was huge for the GameCube.
Yeah.
I'd say let's put a pin on it for now.
Okay.
Yeah, because I can see that.
Pikmin.
Yeah.
I wish it was iconic, but
Yeah. It's
They've never really been able to make Pippin catch on.
it's still done reasonably well, but it's just not like
Luigi's Mansion.
I'm gonna say
I mean, it's definitely.
Eh.
It's
I'm gonna say
definitely
more
there,
so
but-
more so than the other floaters. I think Luigi's Mansion.
All right, we'll keep Luigi's Mansion then. Soul Calibur 2.
Yes.
no.
100%.
crazy.
Yes.
100%.
I'm not sure about 100%, but I'd say it has a
100%
chance.
is in this conversation.
Yes.
I think.
Yeah.
It's iconic
Like I think that's another floater.
weirdos.
Eternal Darkness.
Yes.
No.
Yes, are you insane?
No, I don't think so.
Memorable and iconic. I'm sorry.
It's a fine game. It's just not.
It's funny.
It's not even about the
Fran's
quality. That-
perspective on this is interesting because I feel like you were so ingrained in the Nintendo coverage at that point.
Yeah.
Like your perspective's just different.
It probably is in this case because I'm probably thinking about the more informed people in this case, which again I've argued
Yeah.
against along the way. But I'm just like I still think that people went to the store and man, they just whether they bought it or not, Eternal
saw an
Darkness.
Eternal Darkness
No,
case.
I'm not kidding because the maturity level of that game on the Nintendo system brought so many eyeballs on it. Everybody knew about it. It was in every major first-party advertisement because it was like a second-party game from Nintendo. Like it was Nintendo's top 5. Promoted for a long period of time. So like
And they can't even
I think
Kickstarter
you guys are
Spirit of Sequel.
underselling the power of Eternal Darkness iconically.
I think if it were that iconic, they could have gotten what was it called? Rise of the Eternals, or whatever
you're
they're
talking
like.
about
their
the newer
spiritual
studio?
sequel that they tried to kickstart 3 times and failed each time.
Yeah, well, it moved around companies and they had a number of
And there's a pedophile involved, and the has its own things
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
that are not great. But yeah,
Video games are wild.
Resident Evil 4.
for sure.
Yeah, that one's
Yeah.
like definite.
Can we all
my
agree right
opinion.
now? Do
Yeah,
we
let's put that on the
lock
list.
it in?
Yeah, see, that's why I was like, we're already at 4 with that one on the list
3.
in my mind.
That's 3.
Oh,
okay.
I
In
thought
your
we had
mind.
4.
Prime
We're
Melee.
at Prime, Melee, and Resident Evil 4.
Prime Melee, RE4. Okay, I thought there was another one.
Paper Mario 1000 Year Door.
Yes,
I
Not
think that's another
iconic
floater.
enough.
maybe
Okay,
a floater, but I think it's worth
Because
the.
I don't know if I put that above.
We don't have anything to put it above quite yet.
Yeah, well, when I'm thinking of floaters, right? Like, does it make it above Mario Sunshine and Luigi's Mansion?
See, we got some
Yes.
floaters that
'Cause I
like
think
the
it's
floaters
probably a
start to
better
like, make
game.
sense to me. Rogue Squadron, I think gets
I
cut.
don't-
Yeah, that gets cut.
It was such an amazing graphical showcase that launch. Like, it was a thing that like, oh, actually, it was worth waiting a year after the PS2 and missing all these amazing games because this game looks amazing.
Solid game too.
What do you think, Bless?
Oh yeah, I'm fine with cutting it.
Oh, okay, cool. Beautiful Joe.
No, it's
I just wanted to shout it out.
sick
I
now.
knew
Yeah.
it wasn't gonna hang, but I just
Yeah.
fucking
Great
love that
game.
game. Bring it back.
F-Zero GX.
No.
Amazing game.
Yeah,
It is iconic.
Amazing game.
To some
Yeah.
people, it is the most iconic GameCube game. I don't think it's iconic overall.
Oh, I
No.
know why I was thinking 4 because Sunshine's still on my list. Like
Got it,
that's
got it,
why
got
I'm
it.
thinking 4. But
Resident Evil Remake. I
No.
don't think it's obvious. It is iconic, but I think RE4.
Yeah, on a list that
just-
it's
RE4 already
iconic to the
exists.
series, not necessarily to the GameCube.
Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes.
No.
I
I can
also
go.
think it can go. So we have 2 spots left: Mario Kart Double Dash, Super Mario Sunshine, Wind Waker, Animal Crossing, Luigi's Mansion, Soul Calibur 2, Paper Mario: Thousand Year Door.
Wind Waker, I think, is
Yeah, I'm with Wind Waker.
I
the
think
right call to
Wind
make.
Waker and Luigi's Mansion are the 2 most out of
I put
those.
Super Mario Sunshine before that. But Wind
Yeah.
Waker,
I feel like
we already have 3.
I feel like
Yeah.
Sunshine is, despite quality of the game.
really
I still
good
feel like
game.
I know. I think it's good too. I just don't think
was
it's
weird.
like it's not a 10, which Mario games usually are. It was like a 8,
I just associate
maybe a
How
7.9.
about I gave it a 9.4. I
Did
would
you
have
really?
given it a 9.1 looking back.
Wow,
probably, but-
with the blue coins.
Dude, that game.
That game is
was
padded.
Awesome. No, I understand it had
Like-
its issues, but
My question about Sunshine.
it was such a cool departure. Actually.
I
and the
love the
physics
game.
were incredible.
My question about Sunshine is, what
The
did that
pachinko
game?
level.
And I know this
Yeah, that was huge.
this conversation of iconic kind of generally means like how many people know it, but like when we go back to the definition of iconic, when we talk about tied to the system or like notable for whatever reason, what did Sunshine do that was iconic?
It had the
was-
Besides
Mario on it.
be a Mario game.
it was the successor to Super Mario 64 in terms of a 3D Mario, and that gets
And
a
it
lot
changed
of attention.
things up.
It got a lot of attention.
Like
I
it
don't know if
changed
was
things up
iconic.
in a way that, like, there was the trinity of
Clean is better than dirty.
games of Wind Waker, Metroid Prime, and Sunshine that were just like, hey, we have these established franchises, and they're all going to be radically different than what you expect.
Yeah,
Everyone
but that-
expected
I-
Ocarina of Time,
And then
But I feel like
Wow.
within that argument, that then makes it less
it also
interesting.
dude,
it's one of
yes.
the main arguments about how disappointing Nintendo got during the GameCube generation.
Yes.
was like they were rushing their games clearly, and Wind Waker had a bunch of cut dungeons. Mario Sunshine was like not super polished, especially and certainly didn't revolutionize like Mario 64 did. So I think in that
Still a
sense,
fantastic game.
you get that kind of argument of like this game is also iconic for how disappointing it was to a lot of people.
which is still iconic.
Yeah, which you can like feed in there,
Then
but like, I
you
feel
can
like
put Mario Kart Double Dash on the list. If that's what we're talking about.
I feel like
Okay.
there's nothing necessarily like interesting about Sunshine that really like puts it in that iconic conversation. Like you can say it's a different Mario game, but Wind Waker was a different Zelda game. Double Dash was a different Mario Kart game.
And Luigi's
No.
Mansion.
Man,
Here's
Luigi's
the
Mansion
thing:
was a
is
weird thing.
Luigi's Mansion was like the first time Luigi got the spotlight. Like GameCube is the only Nintendo system where I associate Luigi more to it than Mario.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
because it was a
I
launch
agree with
title.
that, but I don't know if
Yeah.
Luigi's Mansion I would say is.
Luigi's Mansion is
Eternal
now a big
Darkness is more
franchise.
I wouldn't
At
put
the time,
Luigi-
it was like not great.
Stop with this
I
Eternal
would put Luigi's
Darkness,
Mansion
Fran.
above Soul Calibur 2. Like I would
You
still
guys are
put Soul
crazy.
Calibur 2 above Luigi's Mansion.
I would put Paper
would
Mario above all of those. That would be my choice.
Where are we? I can't believe we're talking about not having Mario on the list because you guys didn't apparently.
Paper
like,
Mario is a
or you were
Mario.
disappointed by.
How
it.
No, I
Like,
wasn't even like disappointed. Like that's not even my argument for it or my argument against it. My argument against it is that there's nothing necessarily like noteworthy.
I don't
about
know,
it.
man. Like the vibe of it, the island vibe of it, like the characters it introduced, it wasn't Mushroom Kingdom stuff.
Yeah,
It
but
was
like
Beyonce's
Galaxy
suck
was
ass.
But
space.
Everyone hates
Odyssey was
Beyonce's.
vacation. Like I
Yeah.
feel like now, like especially at this point, if we're talking about 2020, looking back at the iconic games of generations, like there have been so many different Mario games that I feel like Sunshine is just so like unnoteworthy.
yeah.
We're only talking about the GameCube and its most iconic.
And I would
games.
still throw out
Yeah,
Paper
so I'm
Mario.
just saying,
But
it
we're
doesn't
talking-
matter
All right,
about
so we're gonna
how
do
many
the
other-
vote again. We're at Metroid Prime, Super Smash Bros. Melee, and Resident Evil 4. The rest of the floater list, very solid at 7. Mario Kart Double Dash, Mario Sunshine, Zelda Wind Waker, Animal Crossing, Luigi's Mansion, Soul Calibur 2, Paper Mario: Thousand Year Door.
Honestly, I'm thinking
Each one of
Bad
us,
Rogue Leader got
I'm
we're
bumped.
gonna
thinking
go around the
Anim-
table
okay.
and vote 2.
Could you say them one more time?
Yes. Mario Kart Double Dash, Mario Sunshine, Zelda Wind Waker, Animal Crossing, Luigi's Mansion, Soul Calibur 2, Paper Mario: Thousand Year Door.
I'm saying Animal Crossing and Wind Waker. I think Animal Crossing should be on there.
Respectable.
Thank you.
I'm going Soul Calibur 2 and Wind Waker. Not in that order. Wind Waker.
That's the same problem. I'm gonna say Wind Waker and Thousand Year Door.
Dang good games. Super Mario Sunshine, and Wind Waker.
I was really hoping for like a last second double dash like heel turn. From
So Wind Waker's for sure on there.
So Wind Waker is on the list.
Within those four games that we just mentioned.
So yeah, so that's the thing. Now we got to go. Hold on.
there's
through-
like some calculus in me going like maybe I'll go for Animal Crossing just to get it on the list and get
Yeah, because that's my thing is like I was thinking Fran might just go with one of ours, knowing that will then solidify the list.
look at
But
the
I'm
list.
glad
It's
you
just-
didn't, because I feel like there's more discussion to be had here. Because Tim said Soul Calibur 2, and if I didn't say Animal Crossing, I would have said Soul Calibur 2.
now
Soul
change your
Calibur
vote
2,
to
Animal Crossing, Paper Mario, or Mario Sunshine. To me, it is between Soul Calibur 2 and Mario Sunshine.
For me, it's between Soul Calibur 2 and Animal Crossing.
For me, it's between Paper Mario
Wait,
and
what's the-
Paper and Soul Calibur.
What's the current list? I'm so like.
We need to choose one more of these four to round out
But I
Metroid
wanna know
Prime,
what the
Metroid
list is
Prime,
currently.
Metroid
Okay.
Prime, Super Smash Bros. Melee, Resident Evil 4, Legend of Zelda: Wind Waker.
Okay.
Which of these games belongs on that list? Soul Calibur 2, Animal Crossing, Paper Mario, or Mario Sunshine? So now we're gonna go around again. Everyone's gonna give their give two that you think could be.
Can you say it one more time? Because I actually do want to hear a case for a couple of these.
Soul Calibur 2.
What is the thing that makes Soul Calibur 2 iconic? It's the fact that it's a good. It's
a damn good
one of-
game.
It's one of
So-
the best fighting games.
awesome.
So there's
ever
a
made.
historic context to it of like Soul Calibur being the Dreamcast huge game.
Yep.
It was the game that like put that system not necessarily on the map, but like it was the major thing people bought that system for.
It was the
was
one
almost
thing
arcade
people
perfect.
that didn't own it were jealous of.
Yeah, and then when that game got a sequel, and it was like, oh, it's coming to all these systems, and there'll be an individual character for each system. And supposedly that was supposed to be Cloud for PlayStation, but it was Hayachi instead because they couldn't license the last
what a
second.
Rip
loss.
the dream.
But like Link was the one people were most excited about. So
Yes.
suddenly became a thing of like, fuck, I really like this game on Dreamcast, and maybe I would get it on PS2 or Xbox, but Link,
Yeah.
like.
And I think it's like aside from that, like the Link thing, I think also is like just a fantastic
Yeah.
fighting game.
Oh, it's
Like one of the most
amazing. fighting.
Yeah, like you were talking about the grand scheme of fighting games. Soul Calibur 2 is probably top 10, like for me at least.
Yeah.
So okay, we're gonna go around and of those 4, pick your 2.
Read the four again. Sorry.
Soul Calibur 2, Animal Crossing, Paper Mario, and Mario Sunshine.
I know I'm making this long, but can I hear an argument for and against Animal Crossing?
It is. I mean, it's one of Nintendo's most successful series now. At the time, it was like this really amazing thing of, holy shit, we have this like non-linear game where you just like build a town,
Wait for your mail.
around your family, and like you ever see that one like what was it comic that was a person talking about how they played the game with their mom who had cancer, and when they played it after she died,
Oh,
they
yeah, I've
like
heard this.
found all the presents she left them and all
Yeah.
that stuff. Like that's the kind of game. When I think about Animal Crossing, that's the kind of thing I think of.
What? And there was it came out in Japan on N64 beforehand, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah.
this technically isn't like the first Animal Crossing, but it's the first one in the West.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Well, they
the-
were the same, right? But it was.
Well, the
they
original game didn't
added
have a
stuff.
clock.
Yeah, they
So,
added.
like, a
you're
clock
right,
is
it had an
fairly important to
internal
Animal
clock, which is a
Crossing.
big deal. But meaning they were like what, a year apart or less or whatever. But
Okay.
it
2
was
years?
Animal Crossing 64 upgraded and
Is-
had the
But
clock.
yeah,
and
we never got into what's in
had
the
some
memory
additions.
though.
Is there
so.
then an argument against Animal Crossing? Like, what's the reason why you guys aren't voting for it?
My argument against Animal Crossing
We didn't say
is
we're not,
that
did
I
we?
just don't. I don't
Well,
think
you guys
that-
didn't vote for it before.
I think
I don't think Animal
That's
Crossing
true.
is something that I associate directly with the GameCube, even though
Okay.
it was the first one in America and all that. I
My-
just think that
I'll be honest, I'm kind of torn now that I think about it.
my argument would be maybe it's more like more associated with other consoles like 3DS and DS.
Okay.
But
Yeah, like New Leaf.
also
was,
GameCube one was the one that had the NES games, which is fucking awesome.
yeah.
And a weird thing you don't
But
see anymore.
does it being like the first game to kick it off for us in the West do anything for you guys? Is
yeah,
Definitely.
I do
Okay.
think it's a
Yes.
a really solid argument.
argument
I
for
went
it is
from.
there.
Sorry, it wasn't on my list as much too. The more I think about it, I'm like, man, I do think about Animal Crossing all the time when I think of GameCube.
I think
when
about
I think of
Animal Crossing
GameCube.
all
Yeah.
the time.
No,
so
when I
okay,
think-
going around the table, of these 4, choose your 2: Soul Calibur 2, Animal Crossing, Paper Mario, Mario Sunshine.
I actually think
Okay.
I've been converted a little bit.
2.
I'm on Animal Crossing and Paper Mario.
I'm on
Oh,
Animal
choosing
Crossing
two
and
again.
Soul Calibur 2.
Fran.
What was it again? Animal Crossing, Paper Mario, Thousand Year Door.
Soul
Sunshine.
Calibur 2 and Sunshine.
Jessica, born in Illinois.
Oh, and we're picking 2.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm forgetting some, but it'd be Super Mario Sunshine and Animal Crossing.
So Soul Calibur 2, Animal Crossing, Paper Mario, Mario
Yeah,
Sunshine.
Mario Sunshine and Animal Crossing. I feel like I'm being
Compromise.
tricked. That's
Okay.
why I'm like, wait, he's
Well, that's why I
tricking
wanted
us.
to talk
There's
about
no
it because
tricking.
I wanted to understand more like where we're at with the with the actual games themselves.
We're all just very
because
easily
like
influenced.
yeah, it's very easy to vote for like what you know, which is why I've been going for Soul Calibur 2 because I know it and I understand why it's iconic. And but also like I didn't play Animal Crossing on the GameCube, which is why I wanted to know more about like why you guys are voting for it or not voting for it, because I know today I know what Animal Crossing is, but I wouldn't know the context of it coming out then because I didn't have a GameCube.
Right. That's what I was going to say about Animal Crossing was I feel like there has been this look back effect of like, even if you knew about it, again, something you definitely, if you were into GameCube at the time, I feel like you knew about it, whether or not you played it. And now that it's so popular, like,
yeah, it's like everybody knows
that was a
Animal Crossing
GameCube
is.
game. You know, like I feel like you just know it, which adds some value.
And
to
like
it.
I'm not one that like I don't necessarily think that it not being as popular at the time makes it not one of the most iconic games on the console, especially if we feel the ripples now. Like if everybody knows what Animal Crossing is now and it started on the GameCube, then I think there's a strong argument.
Well,
for
it's
it.
The
barely
top
changed,
five
so that
most
helps.
iconic GameCube games are Metroid Prime, Super Smash Bros. Melee, Resident Evil 4, Wind Waker, and Animal Crossing.
For me, the most interesting
Oh,
stuff
that's
is
how you
like
did that vote. See,
the
you did
ones
trick
where we
us.
have no discussion. Where it's like, oh yeah, obviously it's going to be Metroid Prime. Like those
Yeah.
are the interesting ones. Like, oh, that's obviously the most iconic.
Yep, totally. All right, moving on to the Wii.
Yeah.
Wii Sports.
Yeah.
Wii Sports,
I
for
was just
sure.
about to board out myself.
136 million copies, something insane like
It
that.
was 110 something, but either way, it's insane.
I mean, obviously it didn't outsell the number of Wii's, I'm guessing, but
Yeah.
Mario
Kart.
Galaxy.
Well, 1 or 2.
I
I'm good.
I would say
think
one is more iconic, but two is a better game.
That's where I'm at too.
Yeah, me too. I was gonna say I feel like I can make an argument for both, but I really can't.
Wait,
Yeah.
Mario
Mario
Galaxy.
Galaxy 1.
Oh, yeah.
Mario Kart Wii.
Yes.
We didn't mention WarioWare for GameCube.
I just bought that game. We should play it.
Dude, I'd be down to play it.
I
Yes.
felt like WarioWare was
But
the
WarioWare
DS
is-
iconic.
Yeah, that's
thing.
more like
Yeah.
GameCube or
Yeah.
not
Not
Game,
really.
Game
Once
Boy
we get to
Advance.
Game Boy Advance, it's going to be like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
there's several WarioWare shit.
Or sorry, wait, it was Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, Game Boy
That's
Advance.
right.
That said,
I
Smooth
remember.
Moves. It's not going to make it top 5, but it's a great game.
Yeah, surprisingly good game.
Okay, so we have Wii Sports, Mario Galaxy, and Mario Kart Wii. Legend of Zelda: Twilight Princess.
Do we want to do? Okay, so let's have it out right now. Twilight
Certainly
Princess or
possible.
Skyward
Oh,
Sword.
Twilight Princess. If there was like a worst games list we were doing,
Skyward Sword would be there.
I'd throw out.
I do not-
Skyward Sword.
I think
hate
that's
that
insane.
Game. I hate
It's
that
not
game.
worse, but
I
it was
hate
not great.
I
Go
hate it.
here.
It's-
Go all the way back over here.
Blessing, how do you feel about Skyward Sword?
I hate it.
Oh, okay. I heard that.
Bad
Zack
game.
and Wiki: Quest for Barbaros Treasure.
That game was a
What?
fun.
You just said a bunch of
20
words.
minutes.
that was one of those games where it's like when we didn't have much except for like mini game collections. It was like, oh, this is actually a really good game. But I put in the same category as I put Eternal Darkness.
There's actually a lot more to
You guys
get.
are going to laugh. Wait till you see the comments. They're going to come after you. I
You
hope
know
they
what?
do.
You know what chat's saying a lot right
Pitch
now, and I
these.
kind of agree with them because you know what series got published on the Wii until this year? Just Dance.
Oh, you stole mine. I was gonna say.
Oh,
that.
you were gonna
Yeah,
say it? I
yeah.
didn't think anybody was gonna say it.
How dare you?
How dare
That's
you? guys.
it
next time,
actually.
Barrett.
It's a fair point.
I didn't think anybody
did you
was
say
gonna
Brawl
say
yet,
it.
Tim?
Bless.
Yeah, Brawls is definitely.
Calm down on those ciders.
It's number 5 on my list. Now I gotta redo my whole list.
I think I'll have blessing support on this one, but no more heroes.
Oh, No More Heroes
Oh,
for sure.
yeah.
It's on my list. Or
I
at least
mean,
the one I
it's
made.
probably my favorite game on the Wii. I don't know if it's on my top 5 most
don't
iconic.
think
Let's just
gonna
all guess
make
blessing's
iconic.
choices and say them first.
I think it's definitely. I mean, No More Heroes was so tied to the Wii because again, like the Wii just didn't have that many like real games. Quote unquote.
But when
It
we
had
talk
a
about
but I
lot
feel
of
like
real games
when we
just had
say
a bad
iconic
ratio.
though,
of them.
like Wii Fit is also
Yeah,
another
I was
one,
about to-
like.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a
Yeah.
lot. There's like a lot of basic choices that might not strike us as like. These were like the great games of the Wii, but when we're talking about most iconic, it's like Wii Sports, Wii Fit.
Yep.
It's like the boring answers.
New
Honestly.
Super
Yeah.
Mario
Yeah.
Brothers.
New Super Mario Brothers.
No, Wii Fit definitely passes the Smash Brothers.
I'm gonna say Xenoblade Chronicles.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that at GameSpot because I was like, or not GameSpot, GameStop because that was a GameStop exclusive game.
Yes, it
and
was.
being like, I didn't know these things existed.
Yeah, that was weird.
And-
Boom Blocks.
Boombox is cool.
Just wanna give a
Steven
shout out.
Spielberg's
Yeah.
Boombox.
It won't make it, but just want to give a shout out. Rayman, Raving Rabbids.
Rayman Origins, yeah.
Ooh.
Oh wait, reaching Rabbids or Origins?
Rabbids.
Rabbids.
I don't think
They
it's
were
gonna
very
make the list,
cute.
so I
No,
don't
but
know.
it's an interesting one to throw out there.
yeah.
Red
That was a fun
Steel.
game.
No.
Red Steel, I feel needs to be in the
Red
conversation.
Steel 2 actually a legitimately good game. Just
Oh,
Red Steel
really?
1,
A
I think,
sequel?
more iconic.
yes.
If we're talking about Red Steel, we gotta
I
talk about
didn't
the
even-
Conduit. No.
Oh yeah, Conduit's great, man.
Did you ever see the ending
Not
of Conduit
iconic, I don't
2?
think.
I feel like I've not seen it because I didn't get far in that game because it gave me motion sickness.
The main character goes through they see a time portal and out steps Abraham Lincoln and George Washington in
Okay.
spacesuits.
I'm pretty sure somebody told me this before, and I didn't believe
And
it.
they're like, the presidential force is here to help,
That's awesome.
or space force, or whatever they called it.
Remember Me? Metroid Other M, baby.
Oh.
Oh.
I thought you were talking about the game Remember Me by Don't
Fucking
Nod, and I
around.
was like, I don't think that was on the Wii. Was it?
All right. Do you want to start whittling down?
I'm still calling through lists, but let's go ahead. Sorry.
Mad World.
Hmm.
No?
Mad World is fine. It's not even the platinum game I think most people think
I
about
just
these
think, like,
days.
to your earlier point, like, iconic. There's a lot of those Wii.
Yeah.
The
So-
ones with Wii in the title make
Look,
the list.
We
Just
play.
put them on there.
Wii Sports is in there. We Play, I don't think, has that
mean,
same
It's
type
a-
of shit. It had the packing controller, so
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
It's a massively successful game. Just
yeah.
How do we feel about Wii Sports Resort?
I would put Wii Sports there first.
No, it was big, but like Wii Sports
Yeah, Wii
in
Sports is
general.
definitely-
I think Wii Sports and Wii Fit both make the
Yes.
list, and both of them are those are the Wii games that
Yes.
get the.
This might be a bit too niche, but Muramasa, the Demon Blade.
I think it's too.
Mm.
It's great,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Not
I mean,
compared to all these other ones,
Yeah.
anyway.
It's not going to make it. The Last Story.
Mm.
I
It was
really
a-
like that game.
It was a good game.
Yeah.
Of the JRPGs on Wii, it was one of the better ones.
Is there any argument that Super Mario Galaxy isn't a definite?
Nope.
No.
No.
Okay. So our definites right now are Wii Sports, Super Mario Galaxy, and Wii Fit. Are there any other of these games that we think are definites?
Mario Kart.
Mario Kart Wii.
Yeah.
That game sold 30. God, what was it? 33
30.
million.
Yeah. I might have written it down.
All right. So we have one more spot.
I feel like it's between Just Dance and Smash Brothers Brawl,
Wii Sports,
which is a weird. I think I never thought I'd say in my
Just put
life.
Brawl
What are we
on there.
doing
Let's
tonight?
go.
Just
Let's
Dance
move
or
on.
Smash Brothers?
Wii
Yeah.
Sports, Super Mario Galaxy, Mario Kart Wii, Wii Fit. That's the four we have right now.
Mhm.
We
What's
have
on our-
one more space
Okay.
for Zelda Twilight Princess, Just Dance, Super Smash Brawl, No More Heroes, New Super Mario Brothers, Xenoblade Chronicles, Red Steel.
I would honestly remove Wii Fit and put in Just Dance and Brawl. That'd be my
Just
motion.
Dance was huge, man. I mean,
I think Just Dance better represents what we're trying to get with out
Yeah,
of Wii
I
Fit.
agree. And Wii Sports has a thing. I buy it. Do
Yeah.
you buy it, Fran? Replace Wii Fit with Just Dance?
yeah, I think so. Like Wii Fit, despite its popularity too, is so much more of a moment in time where Just Dance was probably,
Wii Fit, I think we
just
would
so
have forgotten
transcended.
about if Wii Fit Trainer was not in Smash Brothers.
I don't know. It was pretty crazy what was
It
happening.
was. It was a hell of a
Yes.
thing. It just I
All
think-
of the Wii is like an insane time in gaming.
Yes.
So it's
Yeah.
one
The
more
whole thing's-
spot. Twilight Princess, Smash Brawl, No More Heroes, New Super Mario Brothers,
Brawl.
Xenoblade Chronicles, Red Steel.
I think
I
it's
think it's
Brawl.
between
Brawl.
Twilight Princess and Brawl.
I think it's between Brawl and New Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah, I'm
Ooh,
on.
Oh, yeah.
we don't have New
Brothers,
Super Mario
man.
Brothers on there actually.
But like,
That game also sold like 29 million copies.
yeah, that
Yeah,
game
that
sold like
was
crazy, and I played that
huge.
game with my sister.
But my thing with New Super Mario Brothers is that there was so many of them in such a short time period that I get that it was iconic, I get that it sold, I get that this one was the first multiplayer, 4-player, all that stuff. But I feel like they all blur to people. That it's like you wouldn't.
They do.
They're all
people
kind
don't-
of the same.
Yeah.
That's fair.
that I don't
Good argument.
associate. Like, there's just too many New Super Mario Brothers that I don't associate it with the Wii.
yeah, and the first version came out for what, DS?
DS.
Yes.
Hmm,
This was
yeah,
the
that's a
second
good point.
game.
Yeah, this was the one that like
It was
blew up though. I mean, I guess
I mean,
Mario.
the DS game did really well.
Yeah, it did very well, but like
did
for
better.
it being co-op, I think did a lot for it as
So,
far as
okay.
like the conversation around it.
That brings us down to the final three being
crazy.
Twilight Princess, Brawl, New Super Smash Brothers, or New Super Mario Brothers.
I don't think Twilight Princess makes it.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
Yeah, this is the one Zelda.
I
Like,
think it's Brawl
if-
then.
yeah,
yeah, I could.
this is the
Brawl
one
was so-
Nintendo generation where a Zelda game is not.
I mean, Twilight Princess is my
Yo,
second.
Japan time. Like,
Yes, it was such a weird moment
It's
in
Brawl.
time.
It's fucking
Yeah.
Brawl.
Yeah.
It's Brawl.
Like Brawl defined a lot of the way Nintendo's marketing has worked for the last 2 generations.
Yeah.
and like remember the reveal trailer when
Sonic,
we get like the
dude.
Sonic reveal?
Oh, and freaking Snake.
yeah, and
Yeah.
Snake.
it was crazy.
I saw
Yeah,
that-
Brawl is definitely it.
I don't even speak
And the
Japanese. I had
subspace-
that thing memorized.
Subspace Emissary, like
Yeah, come on. All right. We got the list. The Wii is Wii Sports, Super Mario Galaxy, Mario Kart Wii, Just Dance, and Super Smash Brothers Brawl. Here's what we're gonna do, ladies and gentlemen. We're wrapping up the show now. We're gonna do the post show where we will do the top 5 most iconic Wii U games. Until next week, I love you guys. Post show time. Wii U, baby. Where we going? What we starting with?
Splatoon.
I'm gonna throw another one out there, Nintendo Land.
thank
Oh.
you,
Yeah.
thank you. That's when I was going to throw out there.
Unfortunately,
Mario Kart 8.
yes. Definitely Mario Kart 8.
Super
That's
Smash
the
Brothers
easiest
for
one.
Wii U.
Yep.
Yeah. Mario Maker.
Bayonetta 2.
This is gonna sound strange, but Hyrule Warriors.
Hyrule Warriors is great. Tropical Freeze.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna say it, but I don't think you should type it. Breath of the Wild. Like it's
Yes.
Yeah,
It's a Switch
weird.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
No.
not iconic.
Still?
No, it was a
Well,
Wii U game that like was ported to
That
Switch.
one's that one's staying date, so I think
Yeah.
that one counts as a Wii
Yeah,
U
but
game.
like if we're talking about the most
Didn't
five
they
most
launch at the
iconic
same
Wii U
time,
games.
though? I mean,
But it was
like,
iconic
it-
for the Wii U because of like how long, like people were waiting for
Yeah,
these
but
Zelda
then
games.
everybody bought a Switch to play it.
Yeah,
he
I mean
makes
it goes
a good point,
to
though,
it
for
goes to
that
Switch,
system.
but
He's
still.
right. If you you have to exclude it from your mind in this case, meaning it doesn't matter that it launched on Switch if you are just looking at
I'd say they're going to put them both lists.
Wii U.
I don't think it makes both lists.
Yeah, I don't think it makes the Wii U list.
But there is something to be said that we all forgot. because
Yeah,
it
like,
It's
came
not,
to
no, it's not
Switch.
that I forgot. I knew, but it's just I just think that like at some point that conversation changed to being switched too early for it to be tied to the Wii U.
It's fair.
Mario Maker.
Yeah, it's on the list, or that's on the short list.
Captain Toad,
Okay.
Yep.
Captain Toad. It's good stuff.
my little sweet guy.
Shovel Knight.
Yeah, I was about to say, do we associate?
Really?
I associate that with PlayStation
And
though.
Vita.
I mean,
Shovel
well,
Knight?
just-
No, I definitely
It
associate
came
it
out
with Wii
first
U.
on Wii U.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was Wii U and 3DS first.
Huh.
Yeah, I think that's one that I just think transcends a little bit.
Yeah, but
Too
it was
much.
on Wii U, I think,
Yeah,
for like a
it-
little bit
it
before it
definitely
even like
was.
switched through.
Monster
Super Mario
Hunter.
3D World.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zombie.
Zombie U is
U.
actually pretty cool.
Assassin's Creed 3.
Batman Arkham City, whatever.
Armored
Mass
Edition.
Effect.
Yeah.
Mass Effect 3.
Trilogy or whatever.
Yeah.
God, the fucking Wii U.
Did we put Bayo too?
Yeah, we did.
Okay. What about Monster Hunter 3? That's gonna be
Sure.
hard because like that series did not take off until after that.
Xenoblade
Xenoblade-
Chronicles. Yeah, there we go. We're on the
X.
same fucking
Yeah.
list.
That game had a kick-ass soundtrack. Crossbow Training, that was Wii.
That was Wii, Andy. Get on our fucking level, dude.
Oh, that was.
So then it was a cool Nintendo Land game kind of based.
That's the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then,
What are our front runners so far, Tim?
did
What's
we-
on the Switch? We can just go back and
Yeah.
That's
So-
probably on the Wii U.
Is 1-2 Switch on Wii
Splatoon,
U?
Splatoon, and Nintendo Land are the two that are on it already.
Mm-hmm.
So then, going through, are there any of these that we think are just slam dunks that has to be on it?
Shovel Knight is probably the one I'd say.
Wait,
I agree with Shovel Knight, honestly.
where did we
but
land on Super Mario 3D World?
It's
We're
just,
still
It's,
thinking about it.
it's on there, but it's not
Oh,
on
I
there.
think it's. I personally think it's a slam dunk, but
yeah,
Mario always makes it on my list for the most part. So
yeah.
just I
Is
don't know.
Mario Maker a lock? I feel
I
like
think
that's
Mario
got to
Maker's a
be a
lock.
lock.
Mario Maker's a
man.
lock.
Yeah,
Against the
I
other
thought
five.
I think
like-
Mario Maker.
Like Mario Maker on
Mario Maker
Wii
came
U
out at that
was-
weird time where they're like, actually, we do have ideas for what to do with this thing.
Yeah.
It just they came several years.
And
too
it
late.
was
Do
like
you buy it, Fran?
Yeah.
Mario Maker being a lock. All right.
Chat
Yes.
mentions
I mean,
no-
I'll go
Yes.
with meaning. It's so funny. I care
nobody
so
has
much
mentioned
less
Star
about
Fox
Wii U.
Zero.
No.
Which we're not going to.
What was that?
Star Fox Zero. Yeah.
No, dude. Okay, so we have 2 spots left. We have Splatoon, Nintendo Land, Mario Maker.
So Nintendo Land is probably my favorite game on Wii U. I feel like Smash for Wii U probably goes on there instead of Nintendo Land.
Yes.
I feel like Nintendo Land. I think I can see
Like, it was
argument
a
for
launch
both
title, which I
making it.
think like
Sorry, what's
Did
the
a
list
lot.
again so far? It's
It's Splatoon, Nintendo Land, and Mario Maker.
oh, why not Mario Kart 8?
I mean,
Oh, we're
it's on
getting
us.
Honestly, I'd replace.
Dude, that was.
I would put Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze on there.
It's
Yes.
so weird. You can see
It's
how weird
weird.
this console is. That people are like
Especially-
so varying opinions on this.
Because
one.
Man.
you have to erase the fact that Switch exists from your mind for this conversation to work.
Well, like
I mean, or just go back to that time. You know,
Yeah,
Like,
for
think,
me-
think
yeah.
about
like, I mean,
the things you
I
fucked with.
When I think of
That's a good-
Tropical
that's better
Freeze, I still
criteria.
think of it as
Okay.
a Wii U game because like I feel like the way they even like phrased the naming of Tropical Freeze on Switch was like was it remastered or something like that?
Deluxe.
Deluxe?
No, wait.
Funky edition.
Funky. Yeah.
Refroze.
But yeah, Tropical Freeze I see more as a Wii U game. Like I feel like the only one that I really like separated that did come out on Wii U was Breath of the Wild, and that's because the timing of it made it a Switch game, not a Wii U game. Like it's on Wii U,
It's fair.
but it's more like by technicality.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like Mario 3D World.
I think 3D World.
yeah,
iconic.
3D World for me was like
3D World was that like
obvious one.
that holiday where PS4 and Xbox One came out. People were like, actually, 3D World's great. Maybe you should get a Wii U instead. And like that didn't last.
3D
No one really thought about it after that. But 3D World was that game of actually Wii U is like this has the better game this holiday.
3D World is kind of the new Super Mario Brothers thing for me, where it's like that game was on 3DS already, and so it coming to Wii U. Like I remember playing it at my friend's house and being like, okay, cool, this is a cool Mario game, but like we've gotten a lot of quality Mario games over the last 30 years that it felt to me like just another Mario game. Like I don't know if
so much more than that, but I feel what
Yeah.
you're saying. Like there was a lot of Mario platformers.
What's the argument for Mario Kart 8 not being a lock, by the way?
There's not one.
I mean, we can talk about it. I don't think
it's just like
I associate more with Switch. Honestly.
Yeah, I associate with Switch.
Gosh, it was
I
so
don't agree
huge
with that
though,
argument.
yeah.
Like
It was really huge.
Mario
It wasn't-
Kart 8 was like one of the few things that like kept the Wii U
Yes.
relevant, and
Totally.
like
Yes.
it was Mario Kart 8 and Smash Brothers. Honestly, those
It
were
sold
like
8
the
million
two
copies to an
games.
install base of 12 million people. Like,
Totally agree.
Yeah, like I know it's bigger on Switch now, but that's because people give a shit about Switch.
Yeah, but
And
I think that's the thing, right? Like when we talk about the reason why I argue for Tropical Freeze and not Mario Kart 8 or Mario Kart 8 is because like I don't see Tropical Freeze being pushed by the success of the Switch the way we see Mario Kart 8 Deluxe kind of pushed by the success of the Switch. Like I feel like that conversation becomes more about Mario Kart 8 being a Switch game, and we've had the conversations of like, oh yeah, when are we getting Mario Kart 9? Does Mario Kart 8 kind of take that place time frame wise of a new Mario Kart game because it's coming out on the Switch and because it's so successful?
Pretty sure it's the top selling game.
yes, it is the top
So
selling
on
Switch
Switch?
game.
On
Yeah.
Wii. No, on Wii.
Oh
so-
yeah,
Oh, Wii
I mean,
U? Yes.
Yeah,
Wii U.
but,
That's what
like,
I meant. Dang, these stupid names of these consoles.
I mean, honestly, I get where you're coming from. I feel like the Wii U is such a weird one. I still think that Mario Kart 8 is on that list. This is a fucking weird list,
it's
man.
like
I
it
think
honestly
Ma-
surprised me that it's not a lock. for
Is
you guys,
Mario
but-
Maker already a lock for us? Because I feel like that's easy.
I feel like even ones that we've said are locks, we are now disagreeing on.
I want to make an argument for Bayonetta 2.
I'll
though.
be.
Go for
Bayonetta
it.
2 was like that one game where like that was set forums on fire of like how the fuck would they betray us by putting this game on Wii U and not on PS3 and 360. And it ends up like the game itself maybe not actually all that popular, but it was like such a flashpoint for arguments of can't believe they're
But how many
How-
people were having those?
Yeah, that's my
arguments,
thing. Is like,
though?
was that an argument that lasted for a day on a forum, or was that like a? Because I don't remember those arguments.
I mean, there was a big moment like at the
Yes.
Nintendo's at the Wii U New York like reveal event, like their
Yes.
second. It was like their game reveal event, and like that was like, oh shit, maybe the Wii U's not totally doomed. Like they're making decisions that are for gamers.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think Bayonetta 2 is definitely one of the best games on that console. If I'm talking about iconic games, like if I go on the street and ask people about Wii U games, Bayonetta
Yeah.
2 isn't one of the ones that.
Yeah,
that
I
first
think
comes
that's
to
true.
mind.
I get the fight for it though, but I don't think it beats out Smash Brothers or Mario Kart or Mario 3D World, even if those are
Yeah.
boring answers.
I feel like
I mean-
Smash Bros. Is so hard because it like
Smash Brothers was
consider that a
the
Wii U game, honestly.
Smash Brothers for Wii U.
Yes. Because one, like, there was that split thing with that game in 3DS.
Mm-hmm.
And two,
But like,
to me, it feels like the beginning, the beta of Smash Ultimate.
Yeah, but even then though, we still had
It was-
so much hype with Mega Man, with the trailers coming out, the 8-player Smash.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a GameCube adapter you can get. It was just kind of
Yeah,
like
but name
it
one-
felt like such a Hail Mary of just like, man, we got to fix the Wii U somehow. and
Name
Smash
one
is
time in the last
answer.
15 years there hasn't been, like, insane Smash hype.
I mean, but that's
But yeah, but that's the thing, like,
proving
Smash-
how iconic it is.
Smash
It's
was kind of
transcendent.
like the game on the Wii U. Like I know like Mario Kart 8 probably sold the best on the Wii U, but we were talking about games that are memorable on that console that people kind of latch onto, where people like the reason why people are buying a Wii U.
Yeah,
I think Smash is like that
Barrett
game.
nailed it. He's like, that's what people were playing.
I mean, I'm biased to all
Like-
fuck, but I had my Wii U
Yeah.
hooked up until last year.
Yeah.
You know, for
But I mean,
a
like,
reason.
if
Smash
we think
Brothers.
about, in the context of today, what people would think about as iconic to the Wii U, I don't think they would think about Smash.
That's a fair argument.
There's an existing
That's a
better
fair
version
argument.
I
of it.
disagree. I disagree.
They even know what the
Smash
Wii
was
U
the one
is.
game I feel like people would buy a Wii U for.
I think they put Smash.
Like
on
I feel like
this.
there are four easy locks for me on this list. It's Smash, Mario Maker, Splatoon, and then I forget what the fourth one is.
Mario Kart or Mario World or
Shovel Knight.
okay, no.
Like I think those are the four locks.
It's funny. I had a 4-lock as well. We were on a
4-lock,
4-lock system. I had Mario Kart 8, Mario World 3D, Mario World 3D, Smash Brothers, and Mario Maker. Actually, the more I thought about it, I was like, yeah, Mario Maker. What are you
Yeah,
crazy?
like Mario Maker.
Like that was when it just was such a cool concept, and it launched on that, right? So it
So
was such a good use of the system as well.
and
Try-
like Mario
trying to
Maker
call a
was,
bit
Mario
here.
Maker felt more successful, by the way, on Wii U than it did on Switch.
I mean,
At least
in
like
absolute-
reception
in
wise.
absolute numbers, no, but in terms
No,
of perception, yes.
but in terms of
Yes,
reception,
totally.
yeah.
Yes.
So Hyrule Warriors, I'm gonna take off.
I think that's fair.
I really like that game, but yeah, that's
Tropical Freeze, I'm going to keep on
Yeah.
for now.
fucking love that game.
Like,
Yeah, me
in
too.
fact,
put new-
that would be my 5th lock.
Breath of the Wild, I'm going to take off.
Yeah, I kept
I think
thinking
you
about
take it
that,
off.
and I was
I
like,
get-
I just think that it didn't run well, and like
no, it
everybody
ran
was
great.
waiting
It
for
ran better than the
Switch.
Switch version at first.
Oh, was that what happened? I
Yes.
remembered when it didn't. Okay, I had it backwards.
Yeah, it's in terms of a list of iconic Wii U games, I don't think it stands. But in terms of best Wii U games, it's absolutely
I
there.
forgot
yeah.
it did run better on that. That's
Yeah.
right. I had it
Captain
backwards.
Toad, love my boy, but I think he gets the
No.
cut.
Yeah.
Zombie U, great answer from Andy, but no.
It was a cool concept.
Monster Hunter 3
Nah, probably.
and Xenoblade X, definitely not.
Xenoblade X with the trailer was iconic.
Yeah,
Where
that,
did New
first, that was a
reveal.
great trailer.
We have 9 left.
Okay.
We have 9 total.
Why is the most
Let's say
contentious
that
one?
there are no locks currently.
Okay.
Splatoon,
Yes.
Nintendo Land, Mario Maker, Super
Yes.
Mario 3D World,
Yes.
Mario Kart 8, Super Smash Bros. For Wii U,
Yes.
Shovel Knight, Bayonetta 2, Donkey Kong, Tropical Freeze. I'm going to name them. We're going to go around the table, and we're going to see if we all unanimously raise our hand, and that way, that one gets in.
Okay.
If one person doesn't raise a hand, it's not bolded. Okay? Splatoon.
Tough call for me on that one.
That was a moment. All
At
right,
first, I was
all
like,
right.
Fran's taking a long time to
Cool.
raise his hand. How weird.
Nintendo Land,
So my favorite games on that console.
Yeah, I like it. It's just
Mario Maker. Okay.
Sorry, I'm still thinking about this 5th lock.
This is also
for me.
great
That
for
was
all-
why I'm paused on Splatoon.
audio listeners.
They'll get it in a second.
Well, it's post show. So.
Super Mario 3D World.
Yeah.
Everybody's
I'm
up
not
but
there.
bless.
Everyone
I'm
but
not
bless. Mario Kart 8.
I don't know.
Everybody's
Everyone
up
but
but
bless.
bless.
Nope.
Super Smash
You're an
Brothers for
idiot.
Wii U. Everyone but Imran.
What?
Shovel Knight. Just Imran and Bless.
Yo, wow.
Bayonetta 2.
Just me on that one.
Just Imran. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. I'll give it. Everyone but Fran. Fucking Wii U, dude. All right, so Bayonetta 2 gets cut.
Yeah.
How about you add Netflix?
Shovel Knight gets
He's
cut.
right.
Actually, that for Wii, that was
He's
like
totally right.
Oh yeah, Netflix could have been the most top 5
All
for
right.
Wii for sure.
So here we're at. Mario Maker is the only one officially locked on this
Oh
list.
my God.
Okay, we're getting close though, guys. There's 6 left.
Y'all, I'm telling you, there are 4 easy ones.
And none
His
of them are
name is
Shovel Knight.
Shovel Knight.
No, dude.
Stop it.
Am I the only one who's for Shovel Knight here?
Yeah.
As an
No,
iconic
Imran
Wii
was
U.
I think you can.
Okay,
no,
what's wrong with me?
you can make the argument for Shovel Knight what we made for Mario Kart and Smash Brothers. That, like it's associated with so much else now that it's hard to say.
And
it's
also,
a Wii
here's
U.
the other thing: is that Shovel Knight is like on other platforms that aren't Nintendo. You know?
right.
I'm just saying,
It's,
man.
it's like saying Madden or something.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, but Shovel Knight came out first on Wii U.
Yeah, I see
Yeah, but
Wes's
for how
argument.
long though?
Yeah, I
For
feel
like
like
a little bit, yeah.
it was for a little bit, but I just
About
feel like
6
the
months?
majority of
Yeah.
people that played it that fell in love with it was over time over different consoles.
Yeah, but you could say that for any of these Wii U games
But
that got ported
It's
to
actually
Switch.
not true. It was like Switch maybe, but I think the bulk was 3DS and Wii U.
For Shovel Knight?
No, dude.
I don't know.
I don't
No,
think a
for sure.
majority of people were talking about that game until Vita and PS4.
Yacht Club released stats at one point. The most
3DS
sales
was
for
my shit.
3DS and Wii U were the top ones for a long time.
For a long time, sure. But I'm
No,
talking
I
about
mean-
like over time of people talking about
It was
Shovel Knight.
within,
doesn't
like-
matter. It's,
it was
I
within,
made
it's
my
not
like, a
there.
decision
year and a half.
finally, though, so I know what I'm.
You made your
I'm
decision.
waiting. No, but
What decision did you make? Tell us, Fred.
there was. What I would say is, had we just done that voting round again, it might have changed slightly.
Splatoon, you son of a bitch.
Can I
Might have changed.
Can I say I've seen Fran's like note taking, and it's like I think texting the names.
I'm
to
texting
himself.
myself. Yeah, so I
Yes.
see 2 of everything.
All right,
Yeah,
so we're
it's amazing.
gonna do the voting again now. Okay, same rules, but I have some different shit that I'm doing here. I'm not gonna fucking tell you.
He's tricking us again.
No tricks. Raise your hand if you think it deserves to be on the list. Splatoon. Splatoon is now on the list because audio.
I was torn
listeners-
between that and New Super Mario Brothers, and then I was like, nah, Splatoon. Yeah,
New Super Mario Brothers isn't even on this list.
I know, but it was on my list.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Gotcha.
This was a
fine.
personal thing.
Yeah, I don't think
New
it's
Super Mario
iconic to
Brothers
Wii
U. I mean,
If New
fine.
Super Mario Brothers Wii didn't make the list, there's no way you makes the list.
like
U was actually a really good
I
game.
mean, I
you-
fucking love it,
yeah,
but
you
it-
had some
I-
great level design.
if I made the argument that it's
boring
just
as
like there
shit.
was just too many
Yeah.
of them, God, that was the end of the
Yeah.
end of the line.
Sirens on our end.
All right, Nintendo Land. Only I raised my hand. Super Mario 3D World. I raised my
Introduce
hand.
the catsuit bless.
Everyone but Bless. Mario Kart 8.
Son of a bitch.
Yep.
Everyone but Bless. Smash Brothers for Wii U. Everyone but Imran. Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. Imran and Bless. So, well, we have it then.
Man, Tropical
ladies and
Freeze was
gentlemen.
good.
The top 5. Wii U games: Mario Maker, Splatoon, Super Mario 3D World, Mario Kart 8, and Super Smash Bros.
Cowards.
for Wii U.
That was,
Cowards, all of you
that was my
cowards.
list. I
No,
love
we're
it.
absolutely cowards. What are you talking about? This is a cowardly list from top to bottom.
No, it's the list that fucking Mario Kart 8, the game that we all played on Switch.
Oh man, people bringing up Wonderful 101, but
Yeah.
nah.
I love that game. I don't think you associate it with Wii U for good reason. Like,
Dude, Pikmin 3.
Didn't it only come out for Wii U?
yes,
Yeah, but it also didn't sell well.
but
So
also
here we
like
go.
you don't.
That's a
associate it with
solid
Wii U.
list.
I don't know.
though.
So yeah, I don't really associate
You know?
it.
Dude,
I would have
hey,
put Sin and
all these are
Punishment
good
for
lists,
Wii.
though.
We didn't
Only
do that.
they re-released Eternal Darkness on Wii U, man. It would have been a
It
different
would have been a
story.
different story.
Exactly.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Kind of Funny Gamescast post show. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you guys. This was a fantastic episode. We will be back next week to do the portable systems for Nintendo, including Switch. I didn't want this to go too damn long, so we're moving Switch over
We're
there.
gonna post show.
Fran will not be joining us.
Oh, no.
Going to
for
Dice
that one,
with
'cause
Greggy.
He's going to Dice, which sucks because you bring the fire, man. You bring the spicy takes. I
I'm glad
love
to
it,
hear
dude. I don't know.
By the way, hold on. The poll that was put up on Twitter, which is weird because iOS people couldn't see it, but people on Android and any website browser could read the poll.
That's weird.
Yeah, really bizarre. So I don't know what the hell that was all about. But the poll results, Fran, I was with you, Fran. I was with you, man.
What, you have
but
Eternal Darkness on a poll?
I was with you as far as like that. I think Eternal Darkness is one of those games like Metal Gear Solid where they
Retweeting right
they
now.
fuck with the user and they do all this trippy shit.
Yeah.
I forgot what the poll
But
was.
it got housed 61% to 39% against Soul Calibur 2.
Thank you.
For what? Most
For
iconic?
most iconic GameCube game.
Yeah, they don't know what iconic means.
I know. I agree, Fran. I agree.
Cut it.